And we are live on Hint Plays, running the introduction because it's coming off my computer, damn it. So, Mutant Year Zero, and over to Felix, who has control.
Correct. For a few meager hours more, I'll have control. But yes, welcome to another part 2 of our short play introduction scenario. A lot of words to Mutant Year Zero, with the Draught, Fish, Knight, and Shard. Where I guess I should do a quick explaining what we did last. So last time you all got a mission from one of the bosses of your arc, your home, your settlement, that basically hired you to fetch something that had been stolen by one of the Stone Stalkers of the arc. This something turned out to be a plastic card. Not much or nothing impressive, but apparently incredibly important nonetheless. You were offered money, or money in this case being bullets, food or alcohol in return for bringing back this card or the thief. Well, the card or the thief, either card and the thief, or just the card. It didn't quite seem to matter for the boss Alona in question. So you headed out into the rotten, forgotten, destroyed zone in search of this thief. You found him at what appeared to be a drop-off spot, and very quickly removed his ability to get anywhere at all ever again, possibly, and through a very, very well-placed bullet by Gemmel.
I fixed him up so he wouldn't die, so we could, talk to him.
Correct. He's no longer unconscious, unfortunately. So you have shot this guy. There are two of you have surrounded him, watched over him, and seem to be ready to interrogate him after having emptied his pocket and healed his bleeding wounds. The other two are up in buildings, surveying the nearby area, and one of you has noticed a group of other people making their way towards you. Swan has already taken care of one of them, which has left two of them that you have seen taking cover, that are currently within short distance from the bait, as we refer to them from now on. The involuntary bait. Voluntary maybe. But yes, two mutants that are short, one that is accounted for and one that has already been shot and taken down. Last we left off in the middle of combat, and a shot rang out, and it is Gemmel's turn. As you have heard a shot fire, you can see your two companions, Raymer and Mr. Moon and Goose, surrounding the thief on the ground, away from you, from your advantage position. What would you like to do in your round of combat?
I'd like to get rid of my cat, but that's not going to happen. So...
Good first step.
Oh, when in doubt, tuck Pip in under the arm. Fish and Pips, indeed.
Can I identify what Swan was shooting at?
Yes, make a scout roll.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's the correct... Yes, it would be a scout roll, correct. I'm going to roll a thing too.
Which is based on wits. So...
Yes, correct. Once again, quick disclaimer as well. The book I'm using is in Swedish. We're playing in English. There will be some on-the-fly translating, and I might forget words because this is not my native tongue. But I'd forcefully learned this language when I was a wee lad. Anyway, moving on.
I have bought this book in English, which will not necessarily match Felix's translation of the Swedish.
Correct.
That's 2 6s. Oh, 3 6s even. If I could actually read dice, it would help.
Fantastic. You spot two of the people. You spot. You look over to where you heard the shot ring out. You actually, you see a window, and you realize that that's probably where she was shooting at. And then you look a little further down, and you see the two people currently taking cover behind a building, within short distance of your two companions. So now you have spotted them as well. This is your action, but you still have a maneuver left. Because I'm being mean today.
I'm going to reload my rifle.
You did that last time.
I did that last time.
I went through
Okay.
and watched the last minutes of combat just to make sure. Yes, you reloaded your gun already.
Dare you be
It
that
is-
organised?
You can switch
Okay,
up
for the moment, I'm just going to cover these people. I don't want to fire again because I've only got one bullet left.
Alright. That's a thing I dropped the pencil. That's a thing I should have looked up beforehand. If you can hold... Well, you only have a maneuver left, so the only thing you could do is... You could seek shelter, could seek cover if you like. Which you technically already have. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm already
Yeah.
in cover pretty much, aren't I? I'm sort of... I've got the rifle braced on a window. So I think I'm just going to stay where I am and wait to see what happens in future rounds for the moment.
Yes. You could aim, if you wish.
Aiming only works within the same round. I looked this
Yeah.
up last time.
Yeah.
You have
Right.
to aim and shoot in the same round. So
Right, we did. Yes.
I
So,
will aim when it becomes important.
cool. Fair enough. That's Gamel's turn. Moving on to Swan.
I thought I'd only just gone. Right. I'm not arguing. Okay, I am reloading my
Right.
rifle.
That's one maneuver. You have either
Yeah.
one maneuver or one action left.
And I am going to try and shoot one of the other guys who was taking cover.
Cool. Fire
Okay,
away.
3 with a bullet.
I'm
Just
intending
give me
to
a
go
second.
down
I'm gonna check
s-
on cover because they have taken cover, and that
yeah, I'm
means you
hoping
get
they've
a
got
modifier.
bullets. I'm hoping they all have bullets of their own, which means I will be able to steal their bullets.
Maybe they were stupid and took cover behind stuff that you can shoot through.
Maybe they were stupid and took cover behind something flammable. That's always fun.
Ooh, flammable. Do you have flammable bullets though?
Yeah.
No, I had somebody do that in one of the Fear games or something. They took cover behind a barrel of oil.
Quick question, actually, that I don't think we established last time. That I'm pretty sure we didn't establish last time, at least through my skimming through of the previous video. How far are you from the baits?
Oh, from the bait. Sorry.
Mm.
Oh,
I
it
object
was
to
a
be
long-
referred to as the bait.
Yes. I said
Uh,
baits.
the rest, the open ground members of the party.
Yes.
Put it that way. I think I was going on about 50 yards. But basically a city block worth. It wasn't that far.
So, I would put that in long
It was-
distance.
Yeah, I believe I was at
I was at
medium range
long.
and that Drat was at long.
I have a
Cool.
feeling I was at long.
Yes. We forgot to do this last time, so we're doing it now. This means that you get... Where did those rules go that I just lost in this PDF? I don't know if PDF is working against me or with me at this certain moment. That means you get -2, actually, on your...
Okay.
roll.
My range is long on my gun.
Yes, but when you're shooting... when you are shooting someone, it becomes harder the further away they are.
Is that -2 dice?
Yes.
Right, okay. So, I basically only get my agility dice. Except I get a +1 bonus from the scrap rifle.
Correct.
So, I'm only losing 1 die. So,
And I
I'm
don't
rolling a
know
total of
bonus.
5 instead of my normal 7.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't inspire you from where I am.
Okay. And you want these... oh, it's not really relevant, is it? I'm rolling 5 dice and well, one of them comes off the gun and I'm losing the skill. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Okay, and I'm aiming for 6s, aren't I?
Yes, on 6.
Nope, nope, nope. Woohoo! 1, 2.
Yep, once again, this Mutant 0. 1 is really all you need, but that means you get a bonus effect. Which we've been through again. I'm going to look it up anyway, because I do not quite remember. It's either you can choose to... you can choose to give them stress damage as well as the physical damage. You can choose to add +1 to your damage. Or you could... do something else that I bet is very important and extremely relevant to this
I'm going to be a simple soul, and I'm going to add +1 to my damage, so it's a total of 3.
Maybe you'll put a hole through their spine too.
Actually, the other thing you can do that could be useful is you can pin down your enemy who suffers a point of fatigue.
Yes.
Or you can increase your initiative score as of the next turn.
I +2.
No, I'm just going to do the extra damage.
Cool.
Those are good ideas, but I want to try and kill this guy.
Fair enough. You shoot. The fire goes off. Felix, roll for dice. I forgot to establish what the dice was for beforehand. I'm gonna do it now. Low, high, cool. Cool. Fantastic. Amazing. Extraordinary. Felix is gonna roll 2 dice. This is the high one, this is the low one. Cool. Ooh. Actually. Oh. Alright. You take your rifle and you aim at one of these figures you can see hiding behind the corner of jaw. And just as one of them kind of leans out to supposedly get a better look at the 2 baits, you clock the person right in the heart, and they get thrown back by the damage of it and kind of scatters on the ground further away. Now within clear view of everyone else who's looking down at the streets. That includes, unless the 2 baits are too focused on the thief in question, you also now have heard 2 shots and see a person laying on the ground.
I thought that the 2 of us were actually behind something where we were messing with the body. So I don't know.
Given that we'd heard the 1 shot, I thought we'd sort of taken some kind of cover.
You haven't really had time to do that, because on your turns instead, you emptied the pockets and you made sure that he was alive. But there are some scrap around. Like, it's not hard, but that's mainly because you haven't used a maneuver to get into cover. So
right, I wasn't thinking that we were in cover so much as we wouldn't be able to see, because I thought when he got shot, I thought he was behind something already, and he got shot from above.
Yes. So the cover is there, and the body is there, and the people are coming from there. So the people are coming from the opposite side of where the 2 snipers are.
Okay.
Which is why Swamp spotted them to begin with. Yes, but you don't have to necessarily see it. It's just it's up to you how busy you are with this thief. But there's a person now laying not in cover anymore, and shot through the heart, and Swan's to blame. She gives love a bad name.
I've used half my bullets. I'm not shooting anybody else. I throw stones now.
I've used half my bullets. I fired once.
So, Swan, you're done with your round. You have reloaded, you have shot, and once again you have hit your target. It is Ramus' turn.
Well, let's see, I've already gone through the guy's pockets. We know he's alive. The bad guys are over that way. I'm taking cover over there somewhere.
Okay. Are you taking the body with you? Are you
Hell
taking
no.
the person with you? No. You're just... So, basically you're using one
It's just me and
maneuver...
Goose.
Alright. You're using one maneuver to move and the other to take cover.
Correct.
Cool. Fantastic. Alright. Would you like to move back or to the side?
To the side.
Excellent. That means the person is technically still within short distance of you, which is important for future reference, but you are within cover. Excellent. It is the now unfortunately conscious thief's turn. He is going to spend his turn lightly panicking over the fact that he cannot feel his legs. That's his turn this time. It's Mr. Moon.
Well, I don't have any weapons.
Correct.
How close to one of the doors in the buildings am I to be able to drag the guy into a building with me?
I don't think dragging someone. You know what? I'm going to.
I have 4 arms. I'll let you know.
Yes. You think you could?
Where
You could
where
get
are
there?
they now? Have they migrated to dangling off your ears? or
Oh, terrible! Stop.
I haven't
We're
slept
back in
yet.
nightmare territory again.
Yep.
I'll allow you to spend your action and your movement getting there, but you are going to have to roll a success.
Successful.
Thank you. Words. Jesus Christ. But you will have to succeed on a roll of. I think this would be more force. Yeah, let's go with
Force works. I was
Yeah.
thinking endure, but you know.
Yeah, I was also thinking indoor, but
Use the force.
I think force makes more sense. Yeah. Yeah. So if you succeed on force, I will allow you to do that. Otherwise, things might happen.
I got 1 success.
One success. That's all you need. You grab this guy underneath the arm, and you manage to drag yourself into a building. You are not technically within cover. Oh well. No, I guess I'm gonna count it as an action to walk as you're doing, like, because it's specifically the action is to drag, and you can use your maneuver to get into cover because I am kind in this specific.
Great.
In this sentence, I am kind. All right, Mr. Moon, you are done. It is time for my friends, my pals, my people. Right. So, you're long away.
I've got the frog chorus stuck in my head.
Everyone is.
This is a problem.
So Gamel, you were up. You were up on a building, correct? You were
Yeah.
like, well.
Yeah, I was in a.
Yeah.
I think a first floor British standard, second
Yeah.
floor American standard window, if I remember rightly.
Yes, that sounds right to me. That sounds fine. And how far away were you from the original position of the baits?
I was at medium range, however far away that puts me.
I think that would be. You mean short?
Or whatever it is that isn't long range, anyway.
Yes.
I'm
It
assuming
goes.
medium range. They
It
may
goes
not be.
distant, long, short, close, arm length because we like using vague terms like that. when it
Right.
comes to
Okay. So
units.
yeah, I was at short range
Cool.
then.
Cool.
I expected to go short, medium, long, but it goes close, short, long in this case. So yeah, I meant short.
Cool. Right. So we're gonna spend. Cool. They can do that. Time to remember all the things I can do, which isn't. It's fine.
It's not much. They're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all right. It's all good. Where did I put that? Did I lose it?
If they attack me, I'm going to set fire to them.
Try not to set too much fire to them because we need their equipment to find out who the heck they are. They didn't come from our
Yes,
place.
but I need to be alive to use their equipment, so I'm going to set fire to them.
I think mainly try not to set fire to yourself. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a problem last time.
Main issue.
Yeah.
Where I've lost things. I'm lost. I'm broken. Was I smart? Or was I an idiot? Sorry, folks. Should have been more prepared, but I wasn't.
Pro GM tip to anybody watching: Post-it notes are your friend.
They are.
Yeah,
They
I have
really
some
are.
like receipts in my book, but I didn't put a receipt in this page for some reason, so I'm going to put. Yeah, sure. This is my tax return. Let's put that there.
Oh God, I've got to do that. Sorry. Not going near HMRC till the end of the month.
That's not ideal. That's better. Why did I close that? Okay, so what happens? What happens? Good question. I know the answer. I should know.
They run in fear, cowering before us and our might.
I just keep getting a quickly down under moment with me sniping from long range. It's like people dropping dead and then hearing the crack of the bullet.
And then you hear the bang. I haven't seen that film in years.
No, I haven't.
So, what happens is that you, Gemel, you suddenly see a person dash from, kind of appear, more or less, in like, you didn't quite see them before, but you see a person rushing out from a building, move closer to you, kind of where the Bates was standing before. Sorry, it's easier to call you now. And their entire body kind of quakes as they fire with something that looks kind of like a small metal thing that seems to appear to be fire bullets, and that hits you for 2 damage.
Okay, that's not nice.
But you see them running out, and it's kind of weird. It almost looks like an optical illusion as their skin kind of shifts and glimmers in a weird, strange thing.
Predator!
I don't have a lot of time to consider this, however, due to the fact that that's going to be me falling over.
All right.
Oh.
Could you then please roll me 2d6s and tell me?
Is this a critical roll by any chance?
Possibly. Don't know.
Okay,
Don't know.
so I'll use the black die for units, so for tens rather, and the yellow die for units. So that comes out as a 54 if it's rolling on a chart, or a 5 and a 4 if it's not.
54. Excellent. Give me a second. I'm just gonna have to.
Resisting the urge to look at the critical hit chart now.
Yes, correct.
It sounds
You're
like a
going to do
bad
that.
one. It's a high number, and I don't like that.
Ooh, 54.
Sounds
You
like
said.
it's well within the lethal wounds range.
That was 5-4. You said 5-4.
That was indeed, yes.
All right. The shot hits you straight in the stomach, and you
That's
keel
always
over.
bad.
You are not dead yet.
That's a good thing.
Roll me a T6, please.
Yeah, that's a plus.
A D6.
That's a 6.
That's a 6. Lucky guy. You're not dead yet. In 6 hours you will be.
Oh right, okay. To make a change, that roll actually was what
Don't
I
worry,
wanted.
I'll save you if I can figure out where the heck you went to.
Okay, we'll just look for this trail of dripping blood down
Yep.
the side of a building. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Flaming blood. Now that would be cool if you bled flame fish. How mutated are you?
I absolutely destroyed it. All right. That's that turn. Cool. And oh yeah, fuck. I have more than one. Oh god, that was only one of them. Oh fuck.
Darn it. We were hoping so bad, but the other one got knocked back and fell down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Correct. Never mind. It's only one person. Only yes.
After
So
being shot
they're-
in the heart.
And someone's to blame.
They're to blame, yeah.
They're also going to be. Fuck, are they going to be doing? They're going to hide because they just. No wait, they're actually going kind of good for them. They're being consistently shot though. This is a hard game to do for Theater of Mind, and it's even harder to do it in the battle map. Because everything is so loosey-goosey with how everything works. So, the person is going to... Yeah, fuck it. The person is going to spend one run, because they were short from you, so they're going to spend one maneuver to move closer to Raymer plus dog. Which means they are now close to you. You see this person running up to you. They appear to be dressed in like a similar fashion that you are, like old-time clothes, kind of patched several times over. And they are going to... What was I saying? I need to look up the weapon. That's what we're going to do. These are things, all things I should have written in my... Okay, cool. They're going to run all the way up to you. In their hand, they appear to be holding some... No, wait. Never mind. I realized another thing. They're running up kind of close to you. They're stopping when they are close. So not arm's length, but close.
We like close. Close is good.
Yes.
Close is fine.
And...
Close has teeth.
Yeah, good point. I want Goose to develop a mutation. I just think an extendable neck, whereby people think they're safe, and he can just fling it out there.
So a turtle dog.
This person locks eyes with you, and you feel a sudden static in your mind as your brain gets a mental short-circuiting, and you take 1 point of damage on your wits.
That's fine. You did say locked eyes, didn't you?
Correct.
Oh,
Sorry, not wits. Sharp. Wait, what's it called?
It's
No,
wits.
wit. No, that's
Wits.
wit. No,
Wits.
I mix up wits and agility. But yes, you get 1 point of damage in your wits, as you
Oh.
may Circus hits. That's their turn. Yes. Cool. And it's Gemel's turn. Oh, never mind. Gemel's turn is over.
It's not really going to do anything.
Yeah.
Camel's turn.
Moving on to Swan.
I bleed as a maneuver.
Ah, excellent.
Lava blood.
You have
Sticking
2
with
maneuvers.
lava
Would you
blood.
like to bleed some more, sir?
I'll bleed twice then, yes.
Excellent.
Bleed 2 for the price of 1.
It is Swan's turn.
Okay. Gemel is bleeding in his sniper nest, isn't he?
Yes.
Right, he didn't do a tumble out and take extra damage from there. That's fine.
It wouldn't matter anyway. You don't take minus damage. Thank fuck.
Just checking.
Take another critical every time you take any more trauma.
Yeah. Yep.
Trauma to strength. Anyway.
How many bullets do these rifles hold?
1.
Right, so I'm
One at a
reloading.
time.
I'm reloading, and if these guys have any bullets, I bloody want dibs on some. Because I have 2 shots left.
Yeah, we should have thought ahead, and I should have given you my bullets.
Yeah. That's okay,
I've got 6.
I'll take them off your mutilated corpse. What can I see is going on from my POV with the bait? So, with Rayma and Moon.
Yes. So, since you chose a position that specifically had adventure with us, you saw Mr. Moon drag Brog, the thief, over into a building. You also saw Rayma and Goose head into a building as well, and shortly followed by another person who's now kind of is standing outside the building because they're close. So there are a couple of let's see, close is like a couple of meters, if I remember correctly, away. And you can also see the other person that just shot Gamel.
Right, okay. Am I right in thinking that I'm going to leave the guy dealing with Raymo, actually, because I reckon Raymo can have him. Well, Raymo's got
That's a
Goose,
treat.
frankly. I don't think this is going to be an ish, and the dog needs feeding anyway. So I am therefore going to see if I can take out the one who was shooting at Gemel, because if he shot Gemel, he might shoot me.
Cool.
And
Fire away.
sorry, and let me just. Yes, you see, I completely forgot. This is Swan, of course, and Swan likes Gemel. You see, because Gemel's extremely useful. Where the hell did I put my dice? Oh, there they are.
Apparently, Gemel is extremely useful as a bullet magnet.
Yes,
I'm okay with that.
you understand that, don't you? You understand your point in life. I had forgotten Swan's voice.
I'd like to remind everyone that my relationship with Gemmel is Gemmel will die soon. It's only a matter of time.
My relationship with Gemmel, I find him rot, he eats it.
Had he rolled a little higher, very possibly.
Okay, right, so I am... Is this guy now close enough to be in medium range?
He is short.
Because they came forward a bit.
He's short. He's short distance from you.
Short distance?
Yes.
Do I get
There
a
is
bonus?
no medium range. It goes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, which means that you have only a -1 on shooting.
Okie dokie. Right, okay.
Oh, fuck.
Rifles aren't much cop, are they? So, I actually get a point of my skill. So, I am rolling 6 dice. And one of them is on my skill. Whee! Well, you're fucking useless, aren't you? Right, okay, fine. Nope.
I really should write down the inspirations that I have in mind when I shout things.
1 success so far.
Okay.
Yeah, just the 1 success. And words in my dice tower.
Cool. I forgot a thing about cover, but I didn't implement it on my guys, so you didn't get it this time either. So
Okay.
it evens out. But I'll remember it from now on, hopefully. We're all learning. Where the schmeck did that go?
Is I learnt too late that, of course, I should have had 6 protection dice worth of brick wall as cover.
Yes, and
Oh.
so should they have. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, because taking cover basically works as armor for.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is that it has like it has a specific thing. Yours would have been 6, correct? And
Yep.
yeah,
So basically, I'd have rolled 6 dice and reduced the damage by 1 for each 6 that I got.
yes, correct. And
Which,
for each,
on average, should mean that I would have reduced it by 1 point and not actually be broken yet, just be really, really unhappy.
yeah,
But with my dice, I probably would have rolled 6 ones anyway, so...
They've met you. I'm assuming I just did the standard 2 points of damage with that 1 success.
1 success. Yes, that is only the standard 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Correct. And
I'm down to my last bullet.
was he hit before? I suddenly can't remember.
I thought Gemmel had shot him, but I could be
Yes,
misremembering.
Gamel shot him. Yes. Cool.
Gemmel
Good.
got shot so hard, fishy froze.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dun dun dun.
Yes, because Gamel did shoot him, didn't he? I should have written that down, but I didn't.
Fishy's been having trouble with his home plugs, by the way. I don't know if that's down to this, but he has had network issues because his home plug's basically on the way out by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So, hopefully he'll be back in a minute.
But yeah, that person had been shot before, if I remember correctly. Oh, did he shoot the other one?
We don't
Did he
know.
shoot? I forgot him.
No, I don't remember whether Fishy actually shot him or not. Fish reload. Yeah, no, Fish did shoot him.
Yeah, but did he shoot the one who shot him, or did he shoot the other one? I mean, I guess I only know that really.
The other one was the one that that Swan shot.
I'm trying to decide if they shot the same person now, or if they shot 2 different persons. People.
Well,
Fuck it. I'm deciding that they shot this guy. They shot the same person. That makes sense. Sure. No, wait, he couldn't have shot the other one because he went down. Yeah, he shot the other one because this person had a mutation that means he can hide. So he only appeared when he shot Gemmel. and Gemmel hasn't been able to shoot since then because Gemmel has been down. So he shot the other one. He shot the one that is currently facing off against Gemmel. Against Rayma. Yes, I'm going to write it down.
You know, it's really interesting that these guys aren't going to die because we're going to keep shooting them and hitting them, and they're not actually taking any damage.
It's weird. No, I have it written down, so it's fine. They don't have that much strength, so it's kind of easy, apparently, to shoot them down, as you've already killed half of them. Cool. So, you shoot one of them. You shoot the one that just shot Gemmel, and the person takes the bullet. It scrapes against his arm, something like that. Cool. And you reload the first, so that's maneuver, and then you shot, so that's your turn. Amazing. Yes. Cool. That brings us to Rayman.
Now he's close at the moment.
Yes, correct.
Can I move to near and still get an action?
No, sorry. Yeah, he is close is near, so that's the same thing.
Okay,
So,
right, fine.
yeah,
Because I've got some abilities that say close and some say near, so...
it's the same thing. The distance again are distant, long, short, close, and arm's length. So
Right.
they all like you can move close, and that will mean you are in melee range. Right now, you are currently doing the social distancing thing.
Excellent. So if close and near are the same thing,
That's probably me mixing up the translations.
And he did stare you in the eye. That sparked something in you.
yes, it very much did.
Well, there's an image.
There are two things I could do just from looking him in the eye.
Yeah,
But do I want to spend a mutant point to do it or not? Because we've only got 2 mutant points to play with.
correct.
And I kind of want to save at least one for interrogating the guy that's already alive. So,
You could get more, possibly. A very small chance, but there is a chance you can get more.
if I push and risk it, and
Yes, or you could potentially get it by your mutation misfiring, backfiring.
now,
Um,
so in which case, can I? Is commanding the dog to do something an action?
Yes, that's an action because you're using a skill.
Right. And I can only get 1 action per round. Is that right?
Yes. But you can either do 2 maneuvers or 1 action or maneuver. Maneuvers are everything that doesn't take an action to do. That doesn't require you to roll.
Right. So, a maneuver would be like spinning the chain, like I'm going to attack with it. Right.
Correct.
Look at the chain. Go get him, Goose.
Amazing.
all right. I'm going to inspire him.
All right. So that's you using your action in this round to inspire.
Are you inspiring Goose with, "He's a good boy, he's a good boy, he's a good
I was going
boy"?
more with, as bullets rain from the sky, the teeth will grind you from below.
That's like some Borderlands psycho shit. I love it. Fantastic. You need to roll for your inspire, right?
That's 3 successes.
Amazing. That's very good.
It's my highest roll. I got 5 empathy and 2 inspire.
Yeah. Right. So that's 2 for the first one, and then this other one. So that's +4 to Ramus Sikkim. Oh wait. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's +4 to your roll.
+4 to my roll. Good
Yes.
lord.
Pom-poms! Face on pom-poms! Yeah, sorry, those
A
chat's
lot of
discussing.
dice.
Oh, terrible. His little moustache puts up 2 dandelions.
Yes!
Rah, 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 rah. 2 successes.
2 successes. Fantastic. And let me look up if Sikkim has any bonus effects you can utilize in this specific thing. Also need to quickly remember what letter Sikkim in Swedish begins in. But it's a pretty sure it's a B. Why can't I find it? Where'd it go? Where did it go?
Like page 58 in English, but I doubt it's the same page numbers in Swedish.
No, it isn't, but it should be.
I was about to say, what are we looking for? But of course, it's not actually going to help, Felix. Not without Google Translate open.
Oh wait, never mind. I didn't go far enough. It's just a lot of text in some of these that there we go.
Books are a lot of text.
Yeah, and it's not in alphabetical order, that's why I couldn't find it. Alright. Cool. With voice crack. And that means a weapon damage 2, and... Okay, and I don't think actually it doesn't seem to be adding any form of bonus.
I would assume, since you can effectively use it to get the dog to do various other actions, I would assume it has the same bonuses as whatever they would be. So if you get the dog to bite somebody, it will probably use the same bonuses as fight.
You are correct. Yes. So that's okay. Yeah. So the bonus effects are: you do 1 extra point of damage, you give them 1 point of stress because they're still scared, or you position yourself and you get to either add +2 to your initiative. So either +2 to your initiative, 1 extra point of damage, or 1 extra point of stress.
I'll take the +2 to initiative, please, and maneuver to a better position.
Fantastic. That puts you at the same initiative as Swan. So it doesn't really affect combat that much since you're already straight next to Swan. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
Would you like to do something else, or would we still?
Yes, because I'm hoping it puts me ahead of this guy in initiative. So the next thing that happens is me thwacking him again, rather than him getting a return shot.
It is because they're at the bottom of the initiative actually, and you're kind of at the top. So it doesn't really matter because it only gets it back next round. It would have been one thing if he had been before you, and in that case it would have happened. But since he's after you, it doesn't really matter.
In that case, the extra damage is probably more beneficial.
Amazing.
I'm just going to say, because this is the second time it's popped up as an option, and tactically I think it's extremely sound. One of the things you can do is, rather than do additional standard damage, you can subdue or tire an enemy with both shooting and fighting, which means that they take a point of fatigue, which is agility damage. Now, obviously, if the extra damage is going to make them fall over doing regular damage, then cool, that's useful. But reducing their agility could be extremely useful in a protracted fight. Well worth considering when you've got that tactical option.
Exactly. I should mention, when I say stress, that is indeed fatigue. It's just called stress in Swedish, and since it's called the same in Swedish and English, I assumed the developers would use the same word as well, but no. Alas, they have cooler
that would be
words
useful and easy.
Yeah, that would be, like, we don't care about multilingual DMs, either you're playing Swedish or you're playing English. There's no in between. This mix matching is against God. So, so yes, that is one thing you can do as well. Like, once again, like, it's basically, they explain it as you do something that's terrifying, so they take 1 damage in fatigue as well, because that can make a break them. And that's essentially a way you can make to do non-lethal damage as well, since you can't get critically hurt by being stressed out. You might keel over and think about your life choices, which could be a good thing to do as well. So, would you like to go for the +1 damage or the stress?
Ooh. You know what? There's a possibility we might be able to take him alive. Let's put the stress damage in, because I think I can work with that.
Amazing. Unfortunately, he'd already been shot, so he goes down anyway. But it's worth to note that he has taken 1 damage in fatigue, which, if you get him back up, he'll still have that 1 damage, and you still have that 1 damage to his agility.
We'll just slit his throat and take his things. It's fine.
Yeah, I could do that as well. Who cares about humanity when you're a mutant? Am I right?
They came after us.
Why do I keep rolling amazing on my criticals? That's
Because you want to kill us?
Well, I'm killing the enemies.
Oh, that's fine then.
You see,
Yeah, go
that's
ahead
the-
with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
This is what happened to the guy that lost his spine.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So of course, this being, I mean, it's like Goose is mainly a bloodhound.
Yeah.
But he has had some combat
Experience?
exercise. No, that's the wrong word. Training, yes. And so he goes straight for the throat, and puts a heavy gash in it. Still alive, gasping. Looks pretty bad, but alive. So far. But you reckon he doesn't have that long? So, your dog is currently attacking this poor mutant's throat.
You are
For the crime of looking at you wrong, we can say.
This is going to save on pedigree chum.
My
Just
my
give me the guy that's blinded,
prophecy
chum.
my prophecy was excellent.
The Goose was the hero.
Oh no, the teeth will grind him from below. My inspiration.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
You're a very prophetic
Well, isn't
person.
it?
You knew that Gemmel was going to die. You knew that.
He's a prophet.
We must all start worshipping Mr. Moon.
I'm okay with this.
That brings us.
That
to
would make us
Braun.
lunatics.
Ow. Mr. Moon.
Yes, it would.
Please tell us why.
Terrible. Yeah, but yes, that brings us to Brog the thief. He's going to flail uselessly in a bit of panic this round as well. He is going to attempt to get up and not do much except flailing about because his leg doesn't work. So that brings us to Mr. Moon.
I inspired. Oh, I guess I can move.
Yes. You could also see shelter, which I'm not sure if you did. I think yeah, you already did.
I'm already inside. I was thinking, I'm just gonna peer around the door at the one person that hasn't been down yet and just
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, you can do that. You watch.
And I'm writing notes still.
Excellent. That brings us to the only person left alive. Well, left standing, I should say. He's already taking a bullet wound, but he's going to. Actually, Mr. Moon, you'll see this since you specifically called out that you want to, and you're closer than the rest of them are. So you see as this person, which is kind of like a rougher, like bigger guy, with like heavy scarring, how his skin begins to, his skin seems to have like also these fleshy scales almost, and as they shimmer, he kind of disappears from view. As he walks around, shifts around slightly, his skin starts to take on the rust color of the car he's currently hiding behind.
Chameleon skin.
And he seems to be disappearing from view. Maybe. Yes. Because things aren't going very well for him so far. And then he's going to move. Cool. That's that person's turn. Going from.
You know, luckily we have a dog that can rely on smell.
Correct. Let me. It was children's one. Yep. Cool. Yes. So. Yes. That person is done and is going to. Oh. Yeah. And it is once again Gemmel's turn, who I'm assuming gonna bleed some more, maybe.
Did I miss a turn?
Again, I think.
No.
I
Turns just take
I
a
don't
very
wanna waste
long
too
time,
much
and you're
of
at the
my
top.
time.
Sorry.
I don't want to waste too much of my my time though. I'm only going to bleed with one maneuver this time. The other maneuver I will use to writhe and moan slightly.
Ah, yes, yes. Excellent choice.
Oh,
Um,
oh, oh, ah.
That's the sort of thing, yeah. Ah, ah.
there you go. Now it's Swan's turn.
The bleed maneuver.
Ah, a very underappreciated one, but important nonetheless.
Indeed.
And now it's up. Now it's time for Swan.
Okay, looking around where I'm standing, is there anything that I can pick up and throw at Captain Flicker?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there are rocks and rubbles and
Okay.
half destroyed bricks everywhere. Sure.
Right, I am going to attempt to distract him then from whatever he's doing by lobbing a rock at him. Piece of
Alright.
concrete, chunk of concrete. If I can find
Yeah.
a chunk of concrete with rebar sticking out of it for a handle, bonus time.
Okay, so basically what you're not trying to specifically hit him, but you're trying to make a noise that might mean they are like.
No,
you're
I'm
to
trying to
distract.
hit him. I'm
Oh,
trying to
you're trying to hit
distract him by lobbing a lump of rebarred concrete at the back of his head.
Okay, you know what? Oh yeah, because you're out of bullets.
I've got one bullet left. That's mine. That came out wrong.
It's important to save one bullet. If
Keep
Pirates
one
of
for
the Caribbean
yourself,
is throwing
absolutely.
I'm thinking of putting my name on it, not so I've got it for the whole ceremonial purposes. It's just this is mine.
Yes.
I own it.
Oh, I thought you were putting your name on it for that last bullet that you need to shoot yourself with in case something goes wrong.
I always like the tactic of
I-
you carry a
I
bullet
think
with your
the
name on
ballpark
it, so
principle.
you're safe.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I'm so happy. Thrown rock is actually listed as a weapon. That helps me immensely. Thank you. Alright. I just need to check out what kind of disadvantages you get for because he is effectively sneaking.
He's sneaking, but I do have some elevation, and he's not trying to sneak from me. He's trying to sneak from the others, if I
Oh, you
recall
sure he's not trying to
correctly.
sneak from the person you just shot him?
No, okay, fair enough.
He's got chameleon skin. He must be walking around butt naked, so he's at least he's not armored.
Well, thanks for that image.
It's a little extra snake, if you will.
Oh,
I mean, if he's got chameleon snakeskin, it's probably on the inside. You can't see it.
I'm not sure if there is one, so I'm just going to say that you get a -2 on trying to hit a person you can't see. That sounds fair to me.
okay.
Sure. Yeah. You get no bonuses because it's a rock.
I-
The damage is 1, and the distance is short, so you can definitely attempt this.
Right, so I can try it, but it's kind of pointless. Do I have... Okay, what would throw be done under?
It would still be a shoot.
Awesome.
Because it's
Yeah,
listed
it would
as
have to be, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because it's listed as a distance weapon. That's not a way.
Okay,
you know.
so did you just
Long
say I
range.
have -1 for it being a rock?
-2
-2.
for -2 for hitting someone that's sneaking.
Okay, so I've got 4 dice, no bonus, because it's done on my agility, and that's kind of cool.
Yes.
Right. Nope. 6.
That's it.
Nope. 6. So 2 successes.
2 successes. Would you like to increase the damage on this, or would
Yes.
you like to add a point of stress? There we go.
I-
You do 2 damage. Fantastic. Time for me to roll on my handy little bandy thing again. Big, small. God. This is gonna make sense. Sure. Yeah. Sure. You lob kind of where, like you take a second to look for the typical predator shine.
Yeah.
And the shimmering. He's not actually invisible, but you look for anything that moves. It kind of looks like
I'm looking for the
chameleon
composite lines, basically,
Yes.
in the
or
world.
looking for a walking stick among dead sticks. And so you lob this thing, and you manage to hit him straight in the stomach as well. And he sort of keels over this rock and falls to the ground with a oh. And with that, I think everyone's down.
I was going to say, if he's wandering around, and as you say, logically, if he's using an inherent mutational chameleonic ability, he presumably is stark bollock naked. I have a horrible feeling I have just hit him in the...
He's wearing very little. He's not
I may have just
naked,
hit him in the very little.
Still, but very little. Ancient Greek very little, where they really didn't like wearing clothes, but they kind of did anyway. Yes. And with that, combat is indeed over.
I'm gonna leave the guy that I saved breathing there because he's not moving anywhere, and go out and see what's on the person that got knocked out by a rock.
All right. The main thing that's very interesting, the only proper time constraint we have at the moment, unless you take 6 hours to find Gemmel, is whether or not what is happening with the guy that was
As Moon starts moving, I'm going to shout across. Oi, Moon! Think this guy needs a bit of help?
Felix, can I have a shot, no pun intended, at trying to work out where Gemmel was shooting from?
I think you know where Gemmel is shooting from.
Okay, in that
something you
case...
would have established beforehand.
In that case, I'm going to head up to his firing platform, because he went awfully quiet.
Worst case, you were looking at the guy who shot him, and you know where he shot.
Yeah,
so
good point.
Yeah.
You should be able to trace it from there.
Yep.
Yes.
Either way, I'm coming to check on Gemmel.
Yeah.
Reimer, you think I should try and keep this guy from dying?
You might be able to answer some questions, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I'd forgotten. I had forgotten Reimer's voice. That's it.
More questions. Yeah, I will do that.
So, you're going to attempt to save this guy with a heal?
Yeah, just keep him from bleeding out.
You have a -1 on the thing, because he's bleeding from a main artery in his throat.
That's okay, I still have 6.
It's actually not... No, wait, I misread that. Never mind, I wrote arm as throat. He's actually in the arm. Wait, is it? What did I roll? I don't remember anymore.
Am I rolling 5 or am I rolling 4?
You're still rolling with -1 either way. You might... fuck it. It's, yeah, no, it's not throat, it's arm now, I decided. Anyway.
2 successes.
2 successes. Fantastic. He is up and standing, because... So
no, he's laying on the ground.
He's laying on the ground. You managed to patch it up with like a piece of his own clothing. Fantastic. All right. Swan is finding Gemmel. Gemmel is pathetically writhing in pain.
I just realised that Gemmel has a potentially survivable wound.
Yeah.
Yes, it has the effect you suffer 1 rock point per hour until healed. Once he's got rock points, he can use them to heal himself.
Yes!
Correct!
Yes! Contaminate me! Contaminate me!
It's like being covered in filth.
He's there rubbing it into the wound. You got rat crap? Yeah, we'll put that in there.
Yeah.
Though actually, it would stop him being broken, but wouldn't stop him dying because it wouldn't change the critical.
Yes, correct.
He would just recover a point of
6
strength.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, excellent. Yeah, exactly. Because you need to be actually healed. Fantastic. I'm just gonna make some notes. There are too many. I need to sort through my notes at some point and do something that makes more sense than this. Fantastic.
I just had a thought about carrying things since there's encumbrance and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Does Goose actually have a carrying capacity and have little like bags that we can put over his shoulders?
You just want
He has a
saddlebags.
strength score, so he does. He has a strength score of 3.
There you go. So he can carry 3 things.
Sticks.
Or
He
6
would
things.
need
rather, yeah.
some form of
Saddlebags?
bolster, yeah. Something to...
I'm a
to
little concerned that the dog has the same strength as Gemmel.
Oh, the dog has better strength than me.
Yeah.
It just means that... Sorry.
No, carry on.
I was going to say it just means that they're both buff as hell.
Yeah. It's a good dog. I'm actually gonna check that because I'm pretty sure it's free, but I might be talking out of my ass. It's usually.
But you know what? They don't have face guns.
Fantastic. Alright, so, what are you all doing?
I would like,
Bleeding.
if I can locate Gemmel, to do first aid on Gemmel, if possible.
Yes,
That
roll
would-
heal.
that would
Given
be
that I've
nice.
got one
Some
of them
kind of
right in front
healing
of me,
would
I'm
be
going to be
good.
asking him some very pointy questions.
Fantastic.
Make me with
Let's
a
do
pointy
one first.
question. I do have. No, I don't have heal. Oh, bollocks.
You can still roll it without having something in it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've got 4 empathy and it's done on that, so I'm actually
go.
not terrible at it.
Yeah. The dog can carry 6 things, by the way.
Don't
If
carry
you
more
give
than
it
I bloody
proper-
can.
Yeah. It's a dog.
All right. He's awake, Kramer. So go ahead and ask him questions. I'm gonna go figure out what's going on with the other guy that got knocked out from above.
Alright, you do what you got to do, Mr. Moon.
Cool. I'm gonna do Mr. Moon first as well, because I assume there'll be a lot of questions to a lot of different people.
I got 1 success on a healing check.
So
That's
that would
enough.
be the healing check to stop me from dying. That's
Correct.
very important. That's
Now you
good.
need to drag him downstairs.
Don't reopen any wounds. Thud, 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 thud. You're not supposed to drag him by the feet down the stairs.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that to him. I
No,
like
that
Gemmel. He's
doesn't
my
mean you
meat
drag him
shield.
by the hair.
It's not like I can carry him.
Cool. I've only roll well when it's to a disadvantage to my NPCs. Damn it. Alright,
We're okay with this.
I know you are. Sean, what would you like to do? Miss Moon. You'd like to heal him, or check him over,
Is
or what's
he critical or is he just unconscious?
He's critical.
Another one. I call out to Raymer. Hey, Raymer, do we need both of them to question or just one?
Just one.
All right.
Do
I'm
we
just going
need
to
a
let
spare?
him continue dying, and I'm going to search his pockets for what he has.
Cool. As you start going through pockets, and you realize this rock with the rebars that Swan has found. One of the rebars had actually impaled his stomach.
Oh, nice.
And he appears to have a broken colon, I think is the word for that.
That's going to suck for you.
Intestines.
Yeah, that's a slow death.
He's still alive. He is in immensely pain. And doesn't seem to be able to form words or speak or do anything as you start rifling through his pockets. You start rifling through the pockets, and there doesn't seem to be much on this person at all, actually. Like, you rifle through, you find some fluff in one of the pockets, that's just pocket lint. That's a word, right? That's what that means.
Yeah, pocket lint, it's
Amazing.
good for starting fires.
Yeah, there you go. Not enough to actually start a fire, but you know. And you find, yeah, that's really about it. Doesn't have any bullets. He has some form of, like basically a baseball bat with some nails put into it. And, sorry, the most important part. He has something that looks like it's weird. You saw what it did. You saw that this was something that shoots bullets, but it doesn't look like any of the things you've ever seen shoot bullets before. It's kind of small, about this size, and in a dark metal, incredibly well preserved. This is yeah. This is an automatic pistol.
I'm gonna call it bullet shooter pocket sized.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, it could fit in a pocket. And he also seems to have some form of like baseball bat that he's tucked in his belt.
I'll take
another
those
weapon.
things.
Cool.
Nothing like identifying where he's from.
Nothing of the sort.
Well.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a comprehend, please?
Hey, actually, I have a point in there. Two successes.
2 successes. You take a moment to think, and like it's hard with time when it comes to the zone and the arc. Like you don't really count days, in that way. But you realize that you recognize this person. You realize that you have seen this person before in the arc, in your arc.
Oh. Oops.
Oh my. Do I know their name?
With that roll, yeah. What's his name, Mister? What's his name, Shard?
Oh, this is Canton Amigo.
Amazing. Yes, and with 2 successes, you think you vaguely remember Mr. Amigo, like, up and disappear one day from the arc. Like, you remember seeing him around, and then you remember, like, vaguely, like, this wasn't really a person you talked much to or anything along those lines. But you do remember them, like, a bit ago in out of character terms, like about like a year maybe. You remember them up and leaving,
Okay.
or suddenly not being there at least, which isn't necessarily weird. Like people disappear or are found dead every now and then in the arc. It's just something that happens not often, but occasionally with the fighting and things going on. So it's not something you necessarily would have reflected on at the time.
Sure.
But seeing him now, you definitely recognize him as one of the Archibalds. One of the people, as you so have
Right.
referred to him as.
One of the people that disappeared a while ago. Well, they were after the card, and they were shooting at us. So...
Did they get the card when they searched?
Raven's card.
So I
Yeah,
can,
Raymer's got the card.
So I can show people the picture of the card now.
Correct.
The bullet shooter, does it look like it'll use the bullets that I have?
You would you wish to fiddle with it?
Mm-hmm.
Roll a comprehend, please.
And this is where I shoot myself.
Uh-oh.
That would be hilarious.
2 successes.
2 is darn it. You fiddle a bit.
No,
with
I
it.
just shoot Raymer instead.
Oh yeah.
Just don't shoot the dog, whatever you do. Shoot me fine, but don't shoot the dog.
Yep.
Okay.
Do what you want to the
Yes,
girl.
let's separate my tax return again to make sure that the stream doesn't see it.
Oh, we lost fish again. Okay.
Yes. So you check it and you like there's like not a lot of buttons on it, but there is one button. You push it and you see another piece of the like you're holding it. Another piece of the gun falls out, and it's filled with it has about 3 bullets in it, and they do
Nice.
seem to be similar ones as the ones you have.
It's got a
I'm
magazine.
just gonna slip it back in, listen for the click, and put it in my waistband.
Oh God.
You think you've seen this in like some of the like there was some old forgot left in comic books at the arc and someone called the Punished something, and he had something that looks like this. So yeah, you recognize what this is. You know what it does, and you now have an automatic pistol.
I now have an automatic pistol and a baseball bat with nails.
You're double armed, times 2.
I'm holding the baseball bat in my mustache.
Yep. I also like the idea of just like a baby hand holding a gun, but
Oh, don't worry, that'll happen too.
No, I'm just thinking recoil. You know, little
holding
baby
it.
on fire's
Oh,
gun, the
recoil
recoil
can
takes
be
his
When we
nose
describe
out.
them, there is no recoil. The arms will shoot and they'll go back and just like slide across my face a little bit and then crawl back.
ugh, what an absolutely disgusting creature you created. Oh
I need
man.
to draw these arms. I really do. They're little
Yeah.
feet. They're little hook feet.
Ugh, like a starfish. Anyway, yeah, that's what
They're
you
more like
do.
those ambulatory worms.
One is currently taking care of Gemel, who is still broken. He's awake, but he's not currently dying, which is a good thing. A very good thing.
He is, however,
Ah.
currently not coming back into the call because he's sorting his life out on the stream, but
I
he'll
see.
watch in chat.
Cool. That's fine. In that case, he's still unconscious. He's barely conscious. He can form words, which he
Fair.
barely does anyway. So that works out well enough. So that brings us over to Raymer then and the dog. There's a person down on the ground in front of you. Where did my notes go? My notes seems to be a woman for the simplicity of it. Kind of pretty skinny, and seems to have like a part of like a window frame that has now fallen from her hand as some form of rudimentary weapon. She's currently still laying on the ground, like bleeding from an arm that she's still clutching.
I did fix it up so that she's not dying, though.
She's not dying. She's still broken. She seems to be in pain, but she seems to be looking up at you with frightful eyes.
Time for the interrogation, Raymer.
Where you from?
Shut up!
Goose. It's lunchtime.
No! Are you seeking the dog woman?
Not yet.
All right. She appears to be attempting to kind of crawl away from it.
Where you from?
It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter where any of us are from. All that matters is where we're going.
She's looking right at me, right? Right.
Yeah. Here he goes.
Mutant time!
Mutant time.
Mutant time. Teenage
I'm
Mutant
going to remember which of the
Ninja
two
Rhymer.
abilities it is that I want to use. I've got 2 abilities I can use for this.
Sure do.
Right, I'm going to spend a mutant point and use my pathokinesis.
Alright.
To-
Before you do that, go ahead and roll just on your backfiring. So roll a single d6, and if it comes up as a 1, tell me, otherwise it's fine.
A single d6.
Yes.
Came up as a 2.
Alright, you're good. Your mutant functions as intended. What are you doing?
So I'm going to... The aim is to instill enough fear in her in that she answers my questions.
Alright.
She knows I've got the dog on command, and given that at this range she can clearly see my lizard-like mutation, I'm
Yes.
going to lean on that and her current situation to hopefully get some truth out of her. See, you could crawl away, love, but here's the thing. I'm part lizard. We get venom. I bite you, you start bleeding out of every orifice in your body. You will bleed to death. You will wish my dog had killed you. Or you tell me where you came from and we walk away now.
Well, fine then. From the Ark.
Precious.
You're not from the Ark. I'd recognise you. Try again, love.
No, swear, but it doesn't matter. We left. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where we're from. It matters where we're going. We have to find it. You have to find it too. Like, with it, the ancients will come back. They'll make the world whole again. As much crop as you want, as much water as you want. Nothing pain, nothing. Everything will be fine.
Find what?
Eden, the place.
Don't exist. It's a myth.
No, we've seen it. We've seen hints of it. We've heard of it. It must be real. It must be where the ancients left. They must have found it. We must find them too.
She's shaking visibly.
And how do we find it?
Well, we don't know. The card is one way. That's why we need it. That's why we need it. That's why we need it. But
She seems to be struggling with coming up with words at this point. You can see her mind's racing, trying to form thoughts.
Tell me more about this card.
well, it'll bring the ancients back. It'll bring them back, or it'll bring it to Eden, or we'll bring them back if we just need it, and we need to think about it, and it's the way. It's the way to Eden. It must be. It must be.
Who's been feeding your mind full of this garbage? Who told you? Come on, simple. Who told you?
We. She seems to be thinking. She doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how they're deep. We knew we wouldn't find it. The ark isn't working. The ark is dying. The ark is a myth.
Someone must have told you where to come here, when to come here, and who to look for. Who was it?
I
I'm getting bored of asking the questions now. Who sent you?
I don't remember. I don't remember. We've been out here for a while.
You got nothing, really. Nothing to interest me.
About this time, am I coming back over and hearing some of this?
Yeah. It's not a long it's only like a couple of meters, like 10 meters from where we're standing.
Hey, Raymer. I think she's telling the truth about them being from the Ark. I recognize the one that's over there. I'm also carrying a baseball bat.
I have a gun.
They've been out here for about a year.
Is that right?
You can go ahead and roll a comprehend at this point as well.
Oh dear. Oh dear. One success.
One success. Once again, this is Mutant Zero. One success is all you need for a completely in Mutant Zero. You fail a lot, or you succeed a lot. There's no real gray zone in between. So yes, you now when Mr. Moon is telling you this, and you take another look at the wounded, scared woman on the ground, you do remember seeing her around. You don't necessarily remember her name or really what she was doing, but you do remember seeing the face among the crowd of the inhabitants of the Ark at some point.
Alright. What Mister says? I'm thinking to believe you. Now we can take you back to the Ark and get you healed up properly.
No, we can't go back there. No, the Ark is dying. We'll die with it too. We can't do that. It's better you shoot me now in that case.
I wouldn't waste a bullet.
Oh, fine, we'll find Eden. We'll find Eden still. There's still hope. We can still find it. We can still find it.
Did she say anything about where? Did she say anything about where they think this place is?
No, they don't know. They haven't got a clue. The card is the key, apparently. It's just a card, a piece of rubbish. It ain't nothing. They gone mad from the rot. Isn't that what it is? You're mad from the rot.
It's the Ark that's rotten. It's the Ark.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, are we taking you back to the Ark? Or are you going to do a runner and die?
We can't go back.
Why not?
We can't go back.
Why not?
Because it's dying. It's dying.
Save it. Help us save it.
There is no saving the Ark. The Ark is dead and dying. It's only Eden. It's only Eden that matters. It's only Eden that will give us hope. It will bring the Asians back. That's where they are. That's where we need to be.
Oh, ancients! Just for a second I thought you said Asians and was getting into a whole weird area there.
Oh well.
Well, who knows?
We need the Japanese. They saved us from Godzilla. They'll save us from the...
Who'd you report to?
What do you mean?
Who are you taking the card to when you get it?
When we're taking the card, the card will lead to Eden.
So where are you going once you got the card?
I don't know, but it will lead to Eden. I know it will lead to Eden. It must be. It must be. It says he did on the card. We
Alright,
read
let's
it.
go. This one's on repeat. Saying the same thing over. I got nothing new.
Well, I might have notes on this when we camp for the night before we head back. Oh no, where's? We gotta talk to the other guy that's in the building over there. We also should probably find Swan, and they should have been back down here by now.
It should have been. We got to tie this one up with the other one before we go anywhere else. Otherwise, I'll do a runner on us.
The other one's gonna die slowly. There's nothing I can do. But yeah, we can tie this one up. Yeah.
All right.
She's flailing, but there is no, like her arm is fucked up. She's both incredibly scared and is shaking so much that she can't really do anything that will stop you from tying her up. So as long
And we
as
don't
you-
really need to. We don't really need to tie up the guy that's got no spine. So.
No, he's not going to go anywhere.
Sorry.
God, we are brutal.
in the zone, it's kill or be killed.
I just need bullets. That's all
This
I
is a
need.
fun, happy game about mutants exploring an ancient world. Okay, but so you're tying her up, just where she's lying, basically, I guess.
Yep. Then we're
Yes.
gonna go and see what's going on with them.
All right.
We know about the direction the gunshots
Wait a minute.
came from.
Yes, and you know kind
Do
of
you
whether
have
we're
any
talking
rope?
about anyway. Sorry.
What?
Do you have any rope?
Good question. If you have a rope.
No, but we can just tear off some of her jacket and wrap it around her arms and legs.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. If she undoes any of your first aid in struggling or trying to run, she's just going to start bleeding again. So
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's nowhere for her to go, and she doesn't have any of her weapons, right? You took them.
yes. No, not yet.
It is laying behind her. Weapon is maybe a strong word. I
Yeah,
think.
it's a piece of a door frame.
Yeah, I think the rebar rock that Swan shot might be, and this Swan was throwing might be
More
more.
of a weapon.
Yeah, it's a kind of like it's a piece of wood. It's a stubborn piece of wood. It seems to have been part of like a window frame at some point. It got maybe like a piece of glass in it, a little piece of glass in it somewhere. But it's incredibly rudimentary.
Tell you what, Moon. You go look for Swan and the other one. I'll get this one trussed up and we'll drag it to where the first one was.
Oh, it's starting to rain! Yes! Sorry.
Goose and I got this. You go check on the others.
All right, I will be back soon.
Oh.
And what
I actually
drags
had
us
you-
to where
I actually had you 2 bullets. These are yours because I'm keeping this. And I look down at the black stub sticking out of my waistband. If you want the bat, though, you can have the bat. You're more of a close-range person.
Yeah, I'll have a bat. That could come in handy. Thank you very much. The aim is to drag this lass to sort of social distancing distance from the guy with the busted spine.
Yeah, you're already kind of within because you and Mr. Moon were kind of in a similar building taking shelter.
And what I want to do is have her trussed up so that she can't move, and go through her pockets. Let's see what she's got that might be useful.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
go through the
something.
pockets and she doesn't have anything on her.
Nothing.
There's
at all.
not a single bullet. There's not a single piece of cup. There's not a single piece of water. There's nothing on her.
No,
She's, by the way, weakly trying to do anything to make you stop, but she's having issues lifting her arms, and like really doing anything. So yeah.
one of her arms has sort of a cut artery that's barely held together. So
Yes, and the other seems to be right now locked, trying to hold it in place, even though that doesn't even help. But yeah, you look through her pockets and there's nothing really going on. Swan, in the meantime, while all this is kind of going on, you have found Gamel. Were you going to start dragging him down, or what was? Oh no, you.
I did the first aid.
Yes, correct.
I did the first aid. So, how bad are his injuries to my eyes? From my point
They're-
of view.
Yeah, you managed one sec. So they're pretty bad. You reckon like it's not bad as in he'll die now. You think you've like done most of the patching needed
Okay.
for him to not die within the next couple of hours. Um,
Okay.
but it's gonna take him a good couple of days to be back on his feet,
Right.
probably.
I am going to make use of my rot nose talent.
Mhm.
And I'm going to see if there's any rot in the immediate vicinity, ideally within this building, on the grounds that I know Gemmel, and therefore I know that rot will do him good as opposed to everybody else, which it will do very bad.
Yes, it is worth to note that his good still means that he needs to require burning mutant points, which could be potentially dangerous. But yes, since
He's
you managed to
dying.
roll,
There's a limit.
yeah, and since you actually managed to roll, precisely, like as Fish mentioned before, the effect he has while he's like healing from this is basically that every hour where he doesn't get it properly treated, like you've done most of the patchwork, means that he will get a rot point.
Okay.
Because his stomach's leaking, like his intestines leaking, and like you know what disease is. Like disease is rot. That's kind of the same vein of that. So yeah, you understand that.
Is what's happening in his stomach something that he can actually use?
That's the way the rules are written. Yes.
All you need to do is slap him awake.
You could heal him again to get his strength up.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt another first aid check because I don't fancy dragging him and I'm not in a position to carry him.
Yes.
And I don't think he should be moved when he's still leaking this much stuff that really should be on the inside,
Yes.
ideally.
Yes. You've already done the first aid to kind of make sure that his critical isn't killing him.
Yeah.
But at this point, you need to get him back up again.
So 4
yes.
dice. Oh, shit.
Yes, correct.
Bollocks.
I'm in the wrong section of that. Yeah. Because basically you can use heal for two things. You can either use it to save a life, which is what you just did, or get a friend on your feet, which is what you're doing now, where you're trying to get his attributes up again. And this is something you can do with any attribute. It doesn't necessarily have to be strength, which is the case in this case. It could be any. For example, Rayma, who's lost one in its...
Okay, so I am going to, as I said, attempt treatment. Whether that involves blowing some grub, I have that.
Not necessarily when it comes to this. The grub is if you... the grub is like to get it back without having to roll for it.
Oh, okay.
So you just go ahead and roll a regular heal.
1 success. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2.
2. Yes, because it does say that when using heal, you get immediately back attribute points and in the same amount of successes you roll. No reasons are needed for this kind of getting back up again. But you can only do it once on a person, I believe. So he has 2 points of strength back. It is incredibly effective because this is an incredibly fast killing system otherwise.
Is it enough for him, basically, if I support him, that he can now make it down the stairs without me having to carry or drag him?
Correct. He'll get back up again.
Okay.
So you can manage to... So about the same time as Mr. Moon leaves Rayma to his looting and tying up, you basically meet each other. Mr. Moon and Swan and Gemmel.
Okay.
Well, I'd probably meet you guys halfway down the stairs and then help you bring Gemmel downstairs.
Absolutely. Mr. Moon, we could do with some help. Because, unfortunately, it seems somebody shot Gemmel. Sorry, just read chat. I apologise. For some reason that just got straight past my filter and tickled me something fierce. Right. Okay.
We've figured out some things we need to discuss downstairs and
Right.
interrogate one of the other guys.
Okay, let's get downstairs and then we can take care of everything. And have you killed them all to death?
One is slowly dying. They won't make it far. The other ones are not moving anywhere.
Okay,
At
that's
all.
not what I asked.
They're not dead yet.
Right. Okay, no, that's fine. That's something that we can certainly take under advisement.
I'd rather not waste the effort on someone who's already dying.
Oh, it's no effort at all.
I love this group so much. I love this group.
Shot my mate. I want a word. Okay, yeah, I'll get Gemmel downstairs and out, and basically into shade, where he can rest up
Yeah, you.
a bit.
Yeah, you. I guess you're dragging him into the same building as Rayma and the two other people are.
We'll walk him into the same
Yeah.
building. Yeah.
Set him down. Cool. Are you doing anything? Wait. What? Yeah. What are you doing inside there at the moment, Mr. Rayma?
Making sure that neither of our guests try and wriggle away.
They don't seem to be able. Either of them.
That's a good thing.
Um,
If they happen to wriggle lots and undo any medical attention they may have received, I have no medical abilities to do anything, so won't even try.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But other than that, let's see. We're getting fairly late, so I might have to treat Goose and myself to half a ration each.
All right. Yeah. You eat half a ration. A good little treat after a good hard day's work, killing and murdering.
Goose is a good dog and deserves a treat.
Yeah.
That's a
All right.
good
I figured we were just going to sit around on the floor and have treats together while we discuss things.
Yeah. All right. In that case, so just make sure that I understand correctly. The guy who had the rebar through his intestine is still
He's
Yep.
still outside,
cool.
bleeding to death
Yep.
internally.
Slowly, because guess who rolled max? No, wait. No. Okay. Cool. You sit down and have snack in that case, maybe all of you, or would you wish to do something else? So right now there are the count
Right.
5 of you plus Brog the thief and this woman who is damaged.
I think we should interrogate Brog after we talk about what we learned. Don't know this lady's name. I don't.
Didn't ask yet. Didn't see me.
These
call.
people.
Okay.
So
So hang
these
on.
people came from.
I've lost track of who's got what wound, who's dying, and who's badly injured because I
Yes.
was upstairs away and I was trying desperately to do the "shut up, you're dead" thing, rather than come down with "oh, I know what's going on" suddenly psychically.
So
What you can see in front of you, Swap,
Okay.
is you have your friend Gamel, you know his wounds. These two, Raymer is a little hurt mentally. Not sure how that manifests. That's up to you.
It's
There is,
Raymer who'd know.
yeah.
It's
there's
really
a woman
scary.
Yeah, there's a woman on the ground who is shot through the arm and doesn't appear to be moving. She is technically broken. There's also Brog the thief who is paralyzed from the waist down, and you don't necessarily know this paralyzed from the waist down, but he doesn't seem to be moving much at all. He seems to be barely conscious. The woman at this point has passed out.
Okay.
From either from fear or from pain, you're not quite sure. But
Or
she's
blood loss or
Yeah.
all of the above.
there is still a guy outside that Mr. Moon has already taken care of. That's the one you hit with the rebar. You know, because in the beginning you saw 4 people that wasn't the thief come up.
Yeah.
One of them you shot not far from here, and you haven't checked on that guy yet. And one is first guy you shot, and you haven't checked on that guy either.
No.
But he's far.
Right.
we can get there eventually.
Right. I don't know if Goose is up for a bit of a tracking challenge, but there were a couple of extra people who seemed to be sneaking up on you, so I put a bullet in each of them. But
Lovely.
I think it's probably worth finding out if they're still alive. Or who
Sure.
they are.
Right.
Pretty sure they came from the Ark. They left the Ark about a year ago.
Right. Well, that's just rude then. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Shrug.
Double shrug.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And Swan, unfortunately, is basically now really miffed about these people shooting Gemmel. Over and above the whole mission thing.
If you, before we discuss things, Gemmel's probably still out of it. I can work on fixing him up more and taking care of his
Yes.
wounds, and you and Raymer can go check on those other two guys.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Okay?
Lead on.
Right. I think one of them, I may have shot through the spine. Not sure where I got the other one.
Well, if you shot him in the spine, ain't going far.
Well, no, there is that, which is going to be more convenient. What time
we
of day
shot
is
two of
it?
them in the spine? That's what happened?
I think I got
There
two.
was two spine shots?
I'm fairly sure I got one spine shot.
No, Gemmel got a spell shot on the guy. That
Oh, Gemmel got... my apologies then. I apologise. I did not mean to kill Steele off Gemmel.
You shot one in the first guy you shot kind of in the shoulder, and the person fell out of view. You're not quite sure where the person went, and the other one you shot kind of the torso part, and that was the one that's closer to you. That
Yeah, that's why I'm taking Raymer
Go
on the
back.
grounds that I don't fancy facing someone who's crawling away and wounded, because I'm a wuss. And Raymer really isn't.
yeah. All right. So the two of you head off, and you start. You start with the person that's closest to you.
Yep.
You go through and quickly realize that this is some good work. You shot him straight through the heart.
Holy shit!
Excellent. Well,
Going back
don't...
to one thing,
Can I
like,
just
keep
have
rolling high.
quick? Can I just have a quick check then? I'd like to go through any pockets he's got, and
Hey,
if he's
it's your
got.
kill. You have at it.
That's useful. Thank you. That's so sweet.
Nice shooting.
And
I'll give it to you. That's a good shot.
yep. And I am going to look through his
Goose,
pockets for
guard the
any
perimeter.
gear.
Make sure we're safe.
Yeah.
Right. You check through this person's pockets and belongings and anything else that might have been of interest, and you find nothing but a slightly bent piece of rebar that he appeared to had been holding in his hand. There is no bullets, there is no crop, there is no water. They're wearing the clothes they have and simple weapons.
Wow, they've either really been suffering out here, or they came from somewhere very close.
I'm thinking the latter.
Yes, there's
They've
a
been out there
ship
for a
that
year.
small can't get.
Out in the wilderness. For a
Yeah.
year. They've got to be using somewhere to work from.
They're TIE fighters in
Lack
A
of
New
solo.
Hope. Okay, let's find them back. Follow them back to the Death Star. Swan's online course in sharpshooting paid off. Okay.
You found a book.
Okay, so that's fine. He's dead. I take it his gear is not worth nicking. His clothing is not worth stealing.
No, there's nothing really special interesting unless you're in the market for like a new shirt. I'll allow you to take it.
It's really stained and there's that big hole.
No shit with a red tie-dye circle just about there.
There is that, you know.
Like it would be like kind of a trophy thing. Either you can pretend that you've been shot through the heart and live through it, and you're to blame. I mean,
Yes. Oh, God. Okay, so the other one, the one I got shot through the shoulder, which is the one I suspect may still be alive.
Yes. So this one is one of the first guys you saw. So he's kind of like 100 meters or so away,
Okay.
in one of the buildings. You walk over there. You know where you shot him. It's no problem. And you see a person laying flat on their face with a pool of blood streaking from underneath their face. Good job using the same word twice, Felix. Face rhymes with face, so it's fine. Yes, you see a person laying face down, No, you know what? He's laying kind of like up against a wall. He's laying on the ground, but his face is up against the wall. Looks incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh well, never mind.
Incredibly uncomfortable sounds like a incredible understatement.
Yeah.
What needs to be-
Okay, I'm going to go over and I'm going to kick the side of his kneecap on the grounds that if he's faking, that will wake him up.
You kick the side of his kneecap, and there is like you kind of kick him, and he spins out from like his wall-facing position, and you see a completely shattered face, and there's a groan as this person is still alive.
Oh,
There's a lot of
gosh.
blood. It's hard to tell.
Are you
there's not-
still with us? Oh, gosh, you do seem to be terribly badly hurt.
He doesn't seem to be responding.
Oh, would you like some help? That's a shame, isn't it?
Are you hungry, Goose?
I'm going to search the guy's pockets.
Yeah, so you start rifling through. Same story as the other one. Doesn't seem to be anything.
Well, there's a posed question from Izumi.
Listen, it's hard living in the zone. It's a hard life. It's a hard life.
I imagine zone stalkers are all a little bit psychopathic.
Zone stalkers especially are usually a bit weird from the rest of you. Like, at
Yeah.
least you kind of pretend, like, at least you want to live in a society. They just... do
I mean,
their thing.
I'm playing Swan as basically broken, but having inherited customer service training, which has the Chinese whispered its way down the generations since whatever apocalypse caused this.
Amazing.
So if you think of that kind of training, and this is the ultimate destination, it's the person who will poke you with a stick while asking how much that hurts and hoping that you don't feel too bad about it.
Could you rank that on a scale of 1 to 10, and please answer my survey at the end of the call, please?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yes, if you look
I
at the
work in
bottom of
technical.
your receipt, I have circled where you need to complain to. Okay.
So, you have the pockets, don't seem to be anything of interest.
Okay.
A bit further off, there is also, like, close to where his body is, there is a similar piece of simple weaponry. Which, just for the benefit so you're aware, the baseball bat is weighing down this as well. It's a simple weapon that it basically has, you get +1 for the bonus, it's damage 1, and you need to be within arm's length to reach it. So, technically, the bicycle chain that Raymer has is better. In that, you can be slightly further away. But, yes. Not very good.
Well, two of us made out well.
But so, you check the pockets. Miss Moon, what are you doing in the meantime?
I'm gonna hand Raymer 2 bullets because he expended 2 bullets.
Raymer isn't there.
Not
Raymer's
Raymer.
walked off.
Oh yeah, not Raymer. Yeah, Gemmel.
Alright.
And then, all right, Gemmel. Do you want me to work on you, or do you need me to find you something that you can eat and get better?
See if we can get a response from Fish in chat.
Yeah.
Or on Discord, or wherever he wishes to communicate his desires and wants and feels and needs.
We're on low latency, so it's not that long a
Yeah.
delay. But
Sweet.
I'm not sure if he's registered that there was a direct question there.
That's fair. But he does have 2 bullets to mark down, so feel free to do that at your desire.
Well, if you want to use your mutation, you could ask me to find you some rot. Actually, I should probably just ask in chat. Maybe that'll get to him faster.
Oh, that's very fair. You do see from like what you see looking at him.
Oh,
he
he
does seem
needs to sleep.
Yes, you could, like, the thing with broken with taking damage is that you can either you can try to heal them with using a successful skill, which is what has already been had, um, or you can rest for 4 hours and eat food to get back your strength. So basically, take like a rest. It doesn't necessarily need to be sleep. It can just be chilling for 4 hours, which technically he's already started.
All right. Well, yeah, because I figured we were going to sit here and rest.
Yeah.
It's been a day, and we need to discuss.
It's been a day. It has only been like 4 hours in total since you head out. Since you rolled very well on your soul sockets rolled very, very well on getting you through the zone. So there haven't been that much of a day, so you could potentially even get back to the Ark before sunset. But that means that you, like, if you manage to keep up the same pace you got here, which isn't necessarily true. But you two are chilling anyway, along with your two hostages.
Yeah, if Gemmel's gonna just rest, I'm gonna go and interrogate the spineless one.
Cool. Yes.
Slap him away.
Yeah.
With my face, hands.
Yeah. God, that's very close as well, I guess. I'm assuming. I slap him away.
Intimidation, yo.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You know what? Let's actually roll for it. Roll a manipulation, and this will cover the entire scene. Manipulate. It's called actually.
One success.
One success, that's enough. So, let me just check out the rules properly. But you slap him awake and you see his eyes open up. They seem to be basically mostly black. The iris is completely black, and he does look a little bit scared as well, especially realizing that you're this close to him. I say bullshit and more things as I try to find the rules. There we go. Alright, yep. Cool. Yes, so you seem to appear to have his attention. What would you say?
Alright. You need to know what you were doing out here with the boss's card. I can't remember the boss's name.
Alona.
Alona's card.
Well, I was doing a delivery, if that wasn't clear.
Doing a delivery of someone else's items?
Yeah, last time I checked, that was called theft.
Yeah?
So I'm not there.
So what you call me? It's not like she made it. If she can't keep hold of it, she shouldn't have it.
Do you know what it's for?
No. Does it matter?
Were you just gonna sell it to these people and then try to make it back to the Ark?
Yeah. I'm a fast runner. Was.
So, do you want us to take you back to the Ark with us then? I mean, it's gonna be a very uncomfortable drag.
He kind of lays down uncomfortably on the ground again.
Honestly, it's not looking good for you. I looked. Your spine is... You're not going to be walking ever again. Whether we bring you back or not. And,
Don't tell him.
Alana's probably going to kill you if she sees you again, regardless of us retrieving.
Yeah, she's a fucking bitch, isn't she?
Excuse me. You're in the position to argue.
Honestly? Yeah, she is. I am curious about the story of these other four. But the one that was still alive, enough to talk at least, sounds kind of crazy. Been out here too long. How did you get in contact with them to begin with? How did you know that you needed to make this delivery?
Are you sure there's nothing you can do to help me, Doc?
Huh?
Are you sure there's nothing you can do to help me, Doc?
I mean, I can take a look, but without proper medical things, it's a spine. Can't really. I'll try. I will give it a try. But I need answers first.
Promise to help me?
Yes?
Just find them out there. I don't know how long they've been there, but stumbled across them when I was out doing my patrols and doing my scouting, and they wanted something that I knew worth where it was. So, made a deal.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll you over.
Right. It goes, yeah, you roll him over. Technically, you, with a successful heal check, you could be able to help him. He's not going to be able to walk within the next 4d6 days, which I'm going to roll in a second. But it is a possibility that you could save him walking ever again.
Okay.
So, go ahead, and do you wish to attempt to help him, or...
I told him I would. Honestly, he's not going to be able to do much whether I heal him right now or not. And if he wants to come back to the Ark, we have a prize for Lana. That's extra for us.
Yeah.
And that's on him for wanting to go back. I don't mind. That's kind of a win-win for us.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he doesn't actually know how bad it is, so... yeah, go ahead and roll a heal, please.
Three.
3 successes. That's excellent. That means he heals that amount back to his strength, basically. And I'm gonna roll this. That's... okay, that's average. That's very average. It's a 6, a 1, and 2 3s. Incredibly average. So that's 6, 12, 13. With a successful check, you divide that by 2, which means that he is going to not be able to walk for 13. That's 6 days, about a week. So you reckon, like, you get this information basically. You reckon that, like, you see where the bullet is logged, you manage with like a bit of brute force and the things available to you, which include things like rusty nails and kind of rubble. You manage to get the bullet out and patch him up in a way where you're still in incredible pain. There's probably some screaming going on while this is happening.
He asked for it.
Yeah, he did. Living is nice, man. So, you think that this will probably heal. Mutant has a slightly better than average chance of healing damage than a normal human. Not that you will know that. But you've seen mutants recover from worse. Not necessarily, but you see mutants recover from things.
It's not like we have a basis for comparison, to be fair.
No, exactly.
Versus...
I'm one of the Ark's doctors, so I've probably seen some shit.
Yes, you have seen some shit.
You are seeing some shit all over the
shot
floor.
through the spine shit, but you've seen some shit. Well, maybe. Anyway, people get shot. What can I say? So you manage to patch him up, and you think that with rest, he'll be back up in 7 days. For now, of course, he can't walk, but he's alive, and after this,
when we reconvene, he's not going to go anywhere, and we can decide whether we take him with us or not.
Cool.
I honored my side of the bargain.
Yep. So that's what you're doing. Back to Swarm and Knight.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you feeding the dead guy, the dying man, to Goose?
No, that's always a threat that Reimer will make.
Okay.
in an effort to assist the garnering of information.
Yeah.
If they don't give us the information, then yeah, they'll let Goose on them. But the intent is not to let her feed too often on humans, because that could turn a dog feral, and we don't really want to be dealing with that.
So,
Point.
question then: are you planning to interrogate this man, or are you planning to do something
I
else?
can't really interrogate him because his face is smashed up, so he can't really respond to us.
Correct. He seems to be kind of unresponsive.
He doesn't have anything in the way of weapons except that bit of rebar.
He's got nothing on him.
He's got
Let me get
nothing
this
on
straight.
him.
You've searched him through. There's nothing on him. Ain't going to talk to us.
I was just wondering
he's gonna
about having a look at his boots, actually.
Boots.
Not because I was going to steal them or anything, but I'm a zone stalker. I want to have a look and see if there is any trace on his boots that might give me an indication of the terrain he's been through recently.
Ooh, that's a.
Now, while you're
Interesting.
studying his footwear, fairly natty footwear, I've got to say. I can understand your interest in him. His face looks pretty messed up to me. I'm not thinking he's going to be able to eat or drink. It's going to be a pretty grim death he's got coming. Would you agree with that?
I was assuming that if you have a knife or something, we could deal with the necessary, yes. That would seem fairer.
Righto.
I see,
You
I
look at
don't
his
have
feet, You don't need to
anything.
look at anywhere above the ankle. Don't want to
Are you going to do a coup de grace?
with the chain.
Yes.
The
In that
chain,
case,
okay.
because coup de
Wrap
grace
it round and
is coup de grace is different from making a regular attack, because you're killing someone in cold blood, and that's the explained book. It's not as easy as you can think. It's not as easy as you think. So what you need to do, and this is why I really don't like the English translation of this sheet. You need to roll an agility. In Swedish, agility is called cold or cool. It's basically like you being able to keep calm in weird or stressful situations. So you need to roll a cool without any form of skill to see if you can sit down and just kill this guy.
this is on agility, did you say?
Yes, agility. Which is,
Okay.
once again, don't agree.
I'm unfatigued and have 4 dice of agility. If there's a skill that an ability that I'm going to have most chance at, it's this one.
Yes.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, because you did take a damage before, but that was in wits, right?
I've got one damage on wits, 1 damage on strength.
Yeah. Right. Roll it.
1 success. I got 1.
It's
One
success!
success.
Yay!
That's all you need. So you take your chain, you wrap it around his throat, and you execute this person. The boots! Roll a notice zone, please, Storm. There's one.
Sorry, just glitched
notice
out there. What am I rolling?
zone. Notice zone.
No
To,
zone.
uh,
I was not in the zone. I was just gonzoed then for a second. My brain was off 3 different places. Sorry about that.
That's
Okay, no
alright.
zone.
Yeah, just to kind of see, because you know stone terrain, things like that will make more sense to kind of figure out where
Okay.
these boots have been walking. So in the sense.
So, 4 dice, of which one is my skill. And it is a different colour, so ha. Nope. Nope. Really? Oh, thank God, 1 success.
1 success. That's all you need. Once
Yep.
again, the distribution is 0. 1
Yeah,
success
true.
is like that. That's what we beg for. That's what we beg for when we roll those 12 d6s and hope that one of them is a 6.
Yeah.
God, Coriolis destroyed me. So, anyway, you look through. After you look at the other books, you lift up the shoe as suddenly the body twitches as the poor life of this mutant leaves his body. You should kind of leave the booth. Looks to be like rubble and like concrete dust. You recognize it very much from kind of the area you're in right now. You don't believe these boots have traveled very far lately.
Right, okay. Wherever he's come from, it's pretty close. You see, there would be more crap on here if he'd come a long way.
So if you're repeating yourself, Let's tell the others all that when we get back. If
Okay.
there's nothing else we can do from here, we'll
I
sweep
take
back.
it he's dead, yes?
Oh yeah,
Okay, that's good.
I dealt with him.
Okay, that's fine. And he's far enough away from where we're holed up that any rogue animals are likely to come and eat him and therefore shouldn't bother us. So that's fine again. We don't even have to really disembowel him.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, because again, that attracts more animals and would be a distraction from where
You got
we
enough?
are. But I think he's bleeding out quite enough there. That's fine.
Yeah, that face wound, that should do the job, I reckon.
This is
That's-
Count Rugen, call centre operative. I've figured out the voice.
There you go.
She's horrible. I apologise to chat for such a horrible, horrible person I've created.
Fun and game, all fun and game in Mutant Year Zero. We're having fun. This is a quirky little post-apocalyptic game. Nothing bad ever happens.
I've actually just blushed. I've just realised. Oh,
So, you head back and meet up with the others, basically, and you sit down and discuss what next you're gonna do. We're gonna take a 5-minute break because I really need to go to the bathroom.
okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break to refresh a drink and then think about how you wish to proceed
Okay.
with the situation we're currently faced with. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, bye.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same and see if my dog also wants to do the same.
Okie dokie. I'm going to sling up the AFK then.
No.
No. Everybody stretch. Get a drink. Take your meds if you need to.
Oh, it's 2 o'clock. I should take meds.
Yep.
Think about what we've done. I've kept people from dying. Might have saved a person's legs. I got myself a shiny new Glock. Sorry, I meant to give you another bullet, but I can't give you any more bullets. I gave all my bullets to them, and I'm not telling you guys how many bullets are in my weapon.
That's fine. That's not a problem. I'm sure it'll be fine when you're alone and in need.
Yes. it
Then
will shoot
suddenly
things.
you'll come up with, gosh, and I do have a spare bullet for you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think we're probably in the position of holding up and then either headed back to the Ark or trying to track down this Eden place.
Honestly, that's if we end up deciding to check out what this Eden place is, and if this card is actually key to it, then we don't need to bother making the Ark because we won't be coming back.
There is that. There is indeed that. Oh, and then we're into a whole new voice now. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless they start sending people after us because,
Yeah.
hey, they didn't get the card back. But
Yeah.
if we never go back, the card's ours anyway.
Yeah, I don't suppose it ran in the US, did it? There was this Smirnoff ad at one point, which was basically a Vive la Révolution, where you had revolutionaries coming in and snagging a bottle of vodka from the evil ruling classes, and then another revolutionary came in, saw someone drinking the expensive vodka and assumed that they were the ruling class, and it worked its way down the line. There were about 6 people declaring that the person whose office they'd walked into was in fact ruling class. And that's just the feeling I've got. I think there's going to be this trail of people hired to go and find this card repeatedly, who then decide that they actually want to go to Eden instead. And so somebody else is sent after them to find the card. Russian, that was it. Russian Standard, not Smirnoff. My apologies, Fish. But yes, you know the advert I'm talking about, don't you?
You know, I'm of the mind that we go after Eden versus going back to the Ark personally. Just got to
Yeah.
try and convince you guys that that's not necessarily a myth. Because
Yeah.
I've probably got something in my notebook related to what this card actually could be. Things in books that I've read and whatnot.
Yeah.
I
No,
think the
I can
hardest one to
entirely see
convince
that.
would be Raymer.
Yeah. I think so.
On the other hand, I could just inspire you guys and you just follow me into Eden.
Yeah.
Not quite sure that's how that works.
Of course it is.
Are we back in the room?
Nope,
we're still waiting on the night. Okay, that's fine.
Correct. I just snuck in here. It's 1 minute until the final break is technically up, so we can wait.
I've now got to track down that Russian Standard advert.
How everyone having fun so far? How's the game going?
My favorite parts are when you get uncomfortable and I'm describing what my hands are doing.
It's the
Well, there's a sentence.
I love them and I hate them. that's all I'll say about that. I love them and I hate them.
I used to love her.
They sure exist. A good show though. Good shows.
I don't need to do any actual roleplay. I have a gimmick.
Yeah, that's something that's all you need. Something that's all you need.
Yep.
Also, I imagine that the folks that are watching us are probably enjoying it too because we have more during this game than some other games that we've had.
That makes me very happy to hear. I'm glad people are enjoying everything that's going on.
I'm feeling awful about what an absolute cowbag I've created.
Good.
Because she's terrible. As a human being, she's
Swan?
terrible.
Swan doesn't understand their own good.
Swan knows everything about her own good.
No, Swan is obviously thinking that Swan is a terrible person, and I'm telling you that they don't understand how good they actually are.
No. Swan is objectively an awful person. But Swan also has currently hitched her star to Gemmel on the grounds that Gemmel appears to be a fucking scary person.
I have so many notes you can delete now. I'm so happy.
Thanks, Fish. My character choices of late have been universally appalling. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so very much.
Well,
Thanks.
make less appalling character choices.
Yeah. Fix your thing.
Yeah, but physically she's a complete wuss. I don't know how hard Gemmel is, but she really is a complete wuss.
That's why I gave the baseball bat to Raymer, because he's big and strong and could use it, whereas the three of us should not be anywhere near combat.
I think Raymer has been drafted in from a different film altogether. Possibly a Guy Ritchie one. But, yeah, no, I do like these. I like this group.
It's a very fun group. I'm immensely enjoying seeing you interact and seeing what you do. So I think it's better.
Sorry, I've just seen what Viper put in chat.
That's yep.
That's only because I didn't get shot, Fish. If I'd been shot, trust me, I would have been dying from internal injuries. Without the ability to eat my own intestines. That came out really wrong.
We got what you were saying.
Yeah.
I
Nice
came back
back.
at really the wrong time there, didn't I?
Satan
Yeah.
himself, upon hearing Swan's voice, turned around and did one.
But yes,
So-
let's jump back into it.
Yep.
So you're all gathered again, yeah, taking up a little bit of a rest. How long do you reckon you'll take a rest for?
Enough for
4
a meal.
hours. Enough for a meal, enough for Gemmel to get back up on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gamal is already technically on his feet, but he'll be maxed out if you wait 4 hours.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
wait for 4 hours then, and
But that means that
eat
you're
some
probably
food.
going to need to camp in the zone.
it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Kind of.
We've got a building around us with
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Because, like, you could push it and walk with night, and probably, if you want to go back to the Ark, make it back to the Ark. The Ark since the zones you are going to go through, you've already explored. It won't take you as long to go back, if I remember the rules correctly. I'm gonna look it up in a second.
If we plan on going back.
If you plan on going back, that is. Which is entirely up to you.
There's a plan that we might not go back.
Anyway, carry on discussing
I
the game.
don't really know about this because I've only heard about Eden being discussed when my character wasn't actually there.
Could you possibly throw up the card again on the screen? Maybe in place of fish.
Can you link?
Here.
Can you send the picture in Discord as well, since I don't have the stream up?
Oh, sorry, I'll send it in the one chat.
That one and that one. Does it say Eden down the right-hand side?
No, I thought it was a lot bigger. It says Eden. It's very hard to see in the picture, but right underneath the little wings, it says
Eden
Eden Security.
Oh, Eden. I can
Right.
Thought it was going to be bigger.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was trying to figure out where on the card it said Eden, and it's right
very
under
small.
where they've artificially aged it.
Yes.
So, I'm going to explain to everyone, now that we're all together, the 4 individuals that came in were from our arc. They left about a year ago. They've been out here for a while looking for this Eden place. They don't know exactly where it is, but this card they think is the key to getting in, and Eden is a path to the ancients and bringing them back to heal the world, fix things, etc. Granted, being out here for too long drives people insane. However, they found our friend Brog here and asked him to retrieve this card. They knew that the card was in our arc and where to find it, and they hired him to go and steal it for them. So I'm not convinced that it's complete bonkers that there could be a thing out there. Can I take a look at that card? I might have something in my notes. Might have seen something about it before.
Yeah. There you go.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a comprehend, Mr. Moon?
1 success.
1 success. This is a piece of plastic. You look at the symbols and all things. Once again, you don't understand all of it, since some of it is in a language you don't speak, but then you have seen remnants from the zone, and some people have brought. Every now and then, you fall apart, and people have brought. And people have. I hate my own song to say my name. But some people have brought back books and things that has been in this strange language that isn't like anything you've seen on your arc, but. You do know that these plastic cards were used for a lot of different things in the old world. They were used as a strange way to, instead of bullets. You're not quite sure how, but
Some way of currency.
Yeah, you have heard, you have read rumors about, or like heard things about people using it for transfers of goods and services. You don't quite understand how, because you don't really know how you can fit this into a gun. But it's apparently a thing you did. And it could also apparently be used to open certain doors. It could be used for... you think it could be pretty good for, like, maybe scratching places you can't reach. Yeah, feels good.
So what I got my extra arm for?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Scraping frost off windscreens.
And as for all the things that are on it, I'm actually gonna pick up a bigger picture of it than the one I have on my phone, now that I posted it in Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna say like this as well. Anything that you, Shad, can read from can read from this card, you can kind of understand as well. Because once again, this is the reason why we're playing this game in Swedish, is for you as well to have a different layer between the ancients and you as mutants as well. So I'll allow you to, if you can understand things on this, you know what it means in English as well, to a certain degree.
Prioritized person.
Entryway, all sectors.
Yeah.
ID card, top right.
Very
That bit's
simple.
easy.
Yeah, there you go.
This does look like a key. The ancients actually used things like this as keys, as money, and the wording on here reads as security and access to all sectors. Not sure how it could be used, but it's definitely a key.
I'm just wondering, to be honest, whether we want to go looking for this mythical Eden now, or we mark our route here, because we're not really prepared for it per se, and we can always return with the thief and claim that he'd already done the handoff.
Problem with that. He's right here, and he could easily tell them that we do have the card.
He is, isn't he? And at the
He coughs in
moment,
the corner.
he can talk, yes. That would be a problem.
I'm willing to cut a deal.
Are you? Gosh, that would be terribly helpful.
God, I'm having issues with phone.
She's turning the full force of her customer service smile on him.
Yep, Felix feels it. Yeah. I mean, I don't tell them that you still have the card if you can figure out a way that she won't immediately kill me.
Well,
Well, for her not to want to kill you,
oh gosh,
you'd have to be useful to her.
indeed. I mean, it must have been terrible that whoever these strangers are threatened your life. Unless
And they
you
threatened the
actually...
Ark.
Yes.
And you got a sniffing idea who they might be and who put them onto us, haven't you?
Mm.
Yeah. And you'd be terribly grateful and able to help Alona discover who it was. And in the meantime, she's not looking at us.
Well, she did see me take it.
Yep. But you were under duress, and you were threatened, weren't you?
Yeah, you think she'll care?
I don't know if she'll care, but if you then think you can present it as you have information that she would find useful, I think she might well at least keep you alive long enough to determine what that information is, which gives you time to heal up. And then when we
You're
leave
right,
for
you know.
Eden, we can take you with us.
Know what? I think she'd like whatever I was going to get from this. Maybe not more than a card. And I reckon you have it. So if I get it, or if you give it to Alona along with my everlasting apologies and say that the card was lost or destroyed or whatever,
Yes.
maybe she won't kill me.
That seems feasible.
Uh,
Does that seem feasible to you? And it's turning to the rest of the group, including Gemmel.
Sounds feasible to me.
I'm not giving up the gun.
Nobody said you had to, mate. We all find crap. We're not giving up, ideally, if we can work it, we're not giving up the suit carrier. That one I haven't figured out yet.
That one just that just gives us more fashion when we build up our arc more.
True.
Yeah. Once
true.
again, you can either hand that in or you could keep it for yourself. Handing it in means that the arc's score, overall score that we haven't not done yet, will increase.
Yeah.
But if you keep it, you can get +2 on manipulation, I think it was.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that we aren't really in the position that we're under-equipped to do an actual full expedition. I mean, we're in single numbers on bullets.
You're not wrong. I just
Gembel's badly injured. I'm also quite cognizant of the fact that we've only got an hour of this session, and it would be nice to try and get it to a wrapping up point.
I thought we could just wrap up here, unless you wanted to wrap up at the Ark.
We could. It's really up to you. As I'm gonna say like this, it's not recommended to go onto a long zone expedition without a specific goal, because you don't have food or water to last you for however long that might be. No. Wandering aimlessly in the zone is one of the most dangerous things you could do.
Yes.
It's a very fast way to have a very short campaign.
There is that.
I won't stop you if you want to. I'll find an ending point if you really don't want to go back to the Ark. But the way I see it is that currently you have two options. You can either give Alona the card, or give Alona the gun, and hope that that's enough to...
I say we give Alona the suit.
Instead of the Ark.
Instead of the card. We conceal the card, if we present it to Alona as a gift. Now, ideally, Alona should give that into the Ark's general storage. Whether she does or not, that's her choice. But we present that as being a thing, because it's quite significant. And it should be shiny enough to distract her. And in the meantime, we conceal the card.
Card's easy to conceal. Can put it in my notebook.
Yeah.
Brog is adamant that he doesn't want to meet Alona.
That's fair.
And that, like, he won't tell on you as long as you convince Alona not to kill him. As soon as someone comes to kill him, he'll tell them about you and the card. That's the deal.
Gembel doesn't.
That's the deal he's making. That he's trying to make.
Yeah. Gembel's trying to make other plans, or is suggesting other plans. We give her the card, get paid, get back to our lives. Not make your plan now. Make your plans more quietly. I'm trying to sleep.
Gembel's got a point. Look at it this way. This lot have been looking for this Eden thing out here for a year, and they're still here. They ain't gone far. They ain't done nothing with it.
I'll do more research. I'll do more research at the Ark and figure out more about it.
Can you
then maybe we can make a plan to get the card back if we need to.
Can you make a copy of everything that's on this card?
I can draw it very well, yeah.
An actual drawing. Can you make a copy of that as accurately as you can?
I will even artistically draw the thumbprint that's on it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. If you can make an exact copy... I can't keep a voice up at the moment, my throat's going.
Yes,
if you can make an exact copy down to the thumbprint on there, then we'll have as much information as if we had the card itself.
Unless there's information in the card that's not just written.
Yeah, I'm assuming that that's what those black bars at the bottom are.
Hopefully. And I can draw those exactly too.
That's what I'm thinking. Width, thick one, thin one. Thick, thick, thin. Thin, thick.
Actually,
it's worth mentioning, you're not entirely sure how electronic things work.
No, I don't.
A great idea.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm thinking...
numbers on them black lines and all, make sure you get them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is if we literally just copy everything that we can see.
Question for you, Felix. The image doesn't show it because does the back side of the card have a black strip across it at all? Not that would mean anything to the characters, but...
Good question.
It depends if we have room keys on the ship.
I don't think it does. I'm not sure
honestly, with a security card like that, it's better not to have the magnetic strip and having either an RFID or a ribbed barcode, so that it can't be hacked or spoofed.
Yeah, Felix doesn't quite know enough about how security electronics works. More than that you connect two wires and it goes, haha.
Yeah, it was purely an out-of-character question.
Because
there's no way I think any of us would even think that it would be a thing.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And you don't know in game if drawing a picture of it will work or not. So I'm going to leave it at that.
So speaking of the potential for RFID, is there like a chip on the back or anything like that that looks like an RFID?
Well, okay, see, once again, no, go back to the thing. Felix knows how this card works in the meta plot.
I know.
Felix doesn't know how actual cards work, so I'm not sure, because I see you fishing for information there that your character doesn't necessarily know.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say anything.
Rather than...
I wonder if returning the card damaged would still be returning the card.
What kind of damage?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about it would be damage that I wouldn't be able to do because my character wouldn't understand how cards work.
Yeah.
He just knows that they work, and sometimes it's an inside thing, and sometimes it's an outside thing.
Yeah, I think just from our purposes, at least for investigation, a graphical representation of the card hopefully will be enough.
Yep. I'll do that over the course of the night while we're resting and keeping watch, and then we'll head back the same path we took in the morning, and so that it's quicker and easier, and we're not traveling at night.
So, just to be sure that, so you're planning to stay the night. It's worth to mention, it's like approximately 2 p.m. at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
2 p.m.?
Yeah, like you've been out for 4, like you got called into this pretty early, and you've been out for 4 hours. At this point, maybe 5, with all the exploring and interrogating and all like that. So it hasn't been as long.
If we rest long enough for Gemmel to be up to snuff and make it easier for us to drag this guy that can't walk with us because he wants to come back.
Gemmel can walk at this point. He's not at full health. He's a little bit under the weather, but he can walk. He's only missing one of his strength scores, if I manage it correctly.
And Swan is willing to help him, if need be.
Dragging this guy is a thing, yes. But once again, you're not really, like, if you go back, you know the way, you know kind of the dangers you're heading for and things like that. That was actually a rule that I was going to look up, but I didn't. But, like, so it doesn't necessarily...
Actually, can we sort out a length of rebar or something to use as a walking stick?
How about a baseball bat?
Yeah, but that would do it.
Yeah. The only issue you have is the fact that you're going to carry Brog. Because he can't walk at all.
Somebody else is going to have to carry Brog.
So, who is the strongest of us?
You.
But
you tie him
Actually, I've seen a thing. I don't know if Goose would be up to this. He's a pretty big dog. If we find 2 lengths, poles or sticks, and then use the clothing from the dead and make a litter. I can't remember the actual word for it, but
litter is the word you're looking for.
I know. I'm speaking in character.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my apologies.
We place Brog on the cloth that's wrapped around the poles, and then we tie the poles to.
Like a pullable bed.
Yeah, it's a pullable bed. We tie them to Goose's shoulders, and it should be fairly easy for him to drag, without causing too much undue pain on either of them.
Yeah, she's strong enough to do that, sure.
Goose,
so
no doubts, giving you a look of, oh, am I? Right, okay.
So who's able to put that sort of thing together then?
I can put it together. I'm going to need help finding the materials.
Okay, I can help look out.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, that is doable. I'm not going to require a roll for it, because it's simple enough. There's enough stuff here. Like, you spend like an hour looking through things, and you can fashion a little sleigh for Goose. There is a possibility that you might, like, at certain points, because not everywhere in the zone is draggable.
Mm-hmm.
There is places probably where you're going to need to lift Brog for a while, but it's totally doable. And it won't slow your pace too much.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We're basically, these buildings are kind of office-y type things.
This would be more apartment complex.
While they are putting together the litter, can I make use of Know the Zone? Because I am going to go looking, Swan is going to go looking specifically for wreckage, including things like if people's apartments, stuff like computer chairs, office chairs, that sort of thing. Anything that's got casters on.
Alright. So you want to basically scrounge and see if you can find...
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find some decent-sized casters.
Yes.
Or better yet, a pair of pram
Or
wheels.
pram wheels, yes. Pushchair. Wreckage of.
Once again, the zone is incredibly varied when it comes to terrain.
Yeah,
And rubble, and it's basically outside.
yeah.
So you're not sure how well that would
Yeah,
work.
I'm thinking. I am, however, just thinking in terms of it might help at all, which is better than not helping anything.
You said it's an apartment complex. You need to be looking for strollers. You know, the big wheeled strollers. Because the big wheeled stroller, that'll travel okay over terrain.
That's fair.
Pushchair. Yeah, pushchair is what we were discussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
So
what?
yeah, that's a pushchair.
Sure.
Now we just toss him in that and just roll him along.
Now, if I find an
Amazing.
intact one, then we're sorted. But I very much doubt after all this time we're going to find anything intact. I'm
You
thinking.
know what? Yeah. Roll know the zone. Sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so know the zone, which is wits, which is total 4, of which 3 are off my stat. 1 success so far, 2 successes, 3 successes. Oh, that's just taking the piss. That die came up double 6.
So, in short, you find a stroller that seems to be mainly intact. Like most of the fabric and metal part has been a bit twisted, but the wheels and the overall function of it is
Okay.
working.
So yeah, I'm not having to take it off the frame is going to be a big deal. I'm going to rip off the fabric because that's going to have been rotted through by now,
Yeah.
and it's just going to get in the way.
It's mainly plastic, so it seems to be
Yeah.
quite fine actually. But it's a little singed,
Yeah.
a little broken.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that down, and we should be able to make that with the litter, make it
Yeah.
more of a trolley.
Yeah. With that, you managed to fashion a good way for travel for poor Brock that you shot through the spine.
Shot through the spine. You're just going to finish his name every time with that you
That is
shot
very
through the spine.
That's
You
I'm adding
shot
it
through
to it.
the spine.
Yes, that you shot through the spine.
That's now his name. It's Bog.
You
That
know,
you shot through the spine. From the
for
Connecticut that you shot
Potential
through the spine.
futures, we now have an NPC ally to come with us out into the waste.
We do, yes. Who we have stuff on.
And that has
Assuming he
stuff
ever
on you.
walks again.
Also, he knows how to steal the card if we ever need to steal the card.
There is that.
Because he's already done it once.
So, back reading. So you're making a trash to carry him. That's the word, right? I like that. Yes, I've seen this in the book somewhere. It's called a garbage.
It's what the other called you when you were kids every now and then.
Yep.
Garbage, utter
Yep.
trash. So, anyway, you have now fashioned a good way, an okay way, an acceptable, adapted way to get Broad through the zone. He doesn't look quite comfortable, but he can't walk anyway. So what's he gonna do about it? Truly.
What are we going to do about the lady with the broken arm? We're going to bring her back as extra for them to interrogate for wanting it? Or
Bonus.
are we going to leave her out here?
No, we'll bring her back. If she puts up a fight, then that'll go where it goes. We'll
She
take her
should
back
be able to walk.
with a bonus.
She hasn't been healed, so she has no strength. So she's not
Well,
able to walk.
I'll fix up her arm, wrap it so that it is held in a way. So I'll go ahead and do a heal on her too,
Yes.
so we can
Good.
have her walking but keeping her shut up.
She's she's roughly tied up at the moment. So yeah, you can go ahead and do a heal check.
1 success.
1 success. Right. She's weak, but she's up and walking. Or yeah, she can walk by herself, and you can
drag her alone. I assume you have tied her up still, but she's able to walk. Good. All right. So,
If she doesn't run her, it's exercise for Goose.
she is going. So I assume you start heading back to dock then, if I'm making. All right. So, she's going to be a good spot, Viper. She's going to be muttering to herself for most of the way. She seems mostly out of it, but she is hissing and spitting and going on about, and it seems to be mainly things you've heard before. She's repeating Eden. She's repeating how the Ark is rotten, and she doesn't quite be aware where you're going.
Right.
She's realized she's being taken somewhere. She doesn't quite seem to, like, at this point she's just coming with and doesn't seem to have much choice. And she's muttering about the Ancients and how about Eden will bring the Ancient back and the Ancient will fix everything. And how the card leads to Eden. And she's going on and on about it. She seems, for lack of a better word, she seems a little bit insane.
I was going to say, like Drut sounded yesterday around 12.
Thank you for that.
She's not responding to anything you're telling her. She is muttering her things over and over, keeping her head down, and not talking. Well, she's talking consistently, but she's not talking at anyone. She just seems to be ranting and rambling.
I'm going to keep notes of what she says, what she repeats, just in case there's something in there that is lost in the madness that I could pick up on and learn about.
Yeah. Yeah, she uses the word that the card leads to Eden a lot. That it, and that Eden specifically will bring the Ancient back. And she also seems to, since you're walking and she's rambling for hours, you seem to, after a while, you know what, actually roll me, because this is a thing, sense motive, isn't it? It's called sense emotion.
Sense emotion, yeah.
Good. See if you can glean what she sees as truth or not.
One success.
One success. She seems to be convinced that first and foremost, that the Ark is dying and rotting, and there's nothing there for them, and that the Ark will kill them, specifically. And she seems to be incredibly certain that if they believe in the Ancient coming back, if they prove to be good people, after a while this will come through. That's how they found Eden. That's how they find Eden. That's how the Ancient come back, is if they just believe enough, Eden will unlock and the Ancient will come back. She seems to be convinced of that. And this is, like, you read a little between the line through some of the, like, uncoherent words she's stringing together. Yeah.
That's not religious at all.
No. So you begin walking back. Since you've already explored the zones, and both for the sake of brevity and for like in general, when you're going back the same way you came, you don't necessarily need to roll. You could roll if you want to, like, look for scrap. That's or something you could do is you can look specifically for scrap. I have a scrap table. That's how Gamble found the Bible. It won't necessarily bring you artifacts, but it will bring you scrap. It will bring you trash. But could be very fun and interesting and be used in creative ways anyway. Because some of them are useful even though they don't have a necessarily mechanical effect.
Okay.
Or you can just go straight through. It will take you 2 hours per zone to walk the way back. And if I remember correctly, you walked through 2 zones to get here. Because you are in on the zone map. If you would like to bring that up, you can at your discretion.
I will. Hang on.
Because you were in what's the fucking what's the NATO alphabet? It's Indigo. In Indigo 8.
Alpha.
Indigo 19, you were in.
Sorry.
And the Ark is located in. I was about to say the Swedish version of this. In. I've forgotten my nature alphabet. G.
Delta.
That's no G, as in
Golf.
Golf. Thank
Golf.
you. In Golf 18, I need to get better at this. Golf 18, and you are in Indigo 19. So it's only 2 zones in your back at the Ark. That will take you 2 hours each for each zone, but it's absolutely doable, and you'll get there before nightfall.
Okay.
I reckon as safest bet's got to be
Yeah.
go straight
We've
there.
got-
We haven't
we've-
got time to
We
faff
have
around looking for
captives.
scrap that might be useful.
Yes, we have
Let's get straight back.
captives
We've
and we
got
have
2
wounded.
2 wounded with us. We've got to get them back to safety.
I'm
I
gonna
don't wanna mess
say,
about being out here at night.
yeah, I'm gonna say it will take you like 1 hour extra just with your 2 kind of unwilling or unable hostages, friends, allies, liabilities. I don't know what to call them. One is a hostage and the other one is ally ? So it will take you all in all like 5 hours to get back.
Okay.
So as you get back to the Ark, once again it takes you a bit for walking through there, but just as the cloudy sky goes from a dark kind of grey into an almost flaming red-orange, you see the Ark towering above you.
This that's
stranded
not on fire.
Stranded as it is on the concrete ocean, the giant ferry, the giant cruise ship stands tall. It got a couple of holes in it. It got a couple of patch holes. It has a few outcroppings and things you've added on to the years to make it more comfortable for you. But it's home nonetheless. And as you arrive at the Ark, what would you like to do?
Take the card to Alana and
And the girl.
Yeah.
the girl and Brog, explain to her Brog was coerced. This is one of the people that tried to coerce him into stealing it. He didn't intend to cause problems, and he willingly came back with us. But here's the person, one of the persons that was trying to get this card from you, and here's the card.
By the
And you
time
may
we
have
got
more
to
information
him,
into the motives of like them that set him
Yeah.
up for this.
by the
He was a
time we
pawn.
got to
there's,
him,
there's bigger things at play behind him.
he was
You can use him
injured.
to get to him.
Indeed.
Quick question. So just to make sure, you're bringing along the card back.
Mhm.
You're bringing her the girl.
Yep.
You're also bringing Brog to this meeting.
Not to the meeting.
We're not going to bring Brog. We're going to leave him somewhere comfortable because dragging him through to her would be probably not good.
Whoever the closest equivalent of ship's doctor is.
Which is Mr. Moon. But you
Okay.
could dump him in Mr. Moon's den, perhaps, or he starts saying that he can get to his own den, but realizes he can't. But yeah, you dump him in a safe place. If it's your den or his den, that's fine.
Is it like a medical den with like?
I
Yeah.
think,
Probably,
yeah. Sorry.
we probably do have a medical den, like Knight was saying.
Sure. Yeah. You can have one. So yeah, you dump in there. I'll allow you to have one. This is things we'll discuss more once we actually get to building the Ark, which will be in session 0 soonish. In an additional session 0 soonish.
Okay.
So, alright. I would like you in that case. One of you I'd like to roll manipulate. The others can help. I'm gonna look up how helping works.
I'm going to look up manipulate.
I have 5 empathy, so I think I might have the highest manipulate.
Yeah, I
Um,
have 2 empathy and absolutely no dice in manipulate, so I do not want to be doing this roll at all.
Yeah, I've only got a total of 5, but I can help.
You know what? You're getting in the card. These two are helping support your story, and you actually have a rambling lunatic with you. Roll +2. Manipulate +2. So you get a modifier for these people having, because I'm pretty sure it's like +1 if you have someone helping you.
I don't bother looking up right now. But you have the card, you have everything. So roll a manipulate and we'll see how this conversation goes.
3 successes.
Nice.
Wow. If you're gonna do a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Saving it for the big one.
Yeah, saving it for the big one, really. I don't think we have had anyone push a roll either.
No, because we're scared.
We've been going very well. I was the only one pushing a roll, and that. I mean, didn't we have? All right, I need to do that roll. Give me a second.
And yet everyone doesn't like Mr. Moon because he talks too much.
Like when they need him, God, did you wish you had him?
I'm happy to let Mr. Moon.
Shard, that is exactly what I've got down on my relationship with Mr. Moon.
Stand in the line of fire and talk a lot and attract attention for talking a lot. So Mr. Moon is perfectly welcome to do that in this environment.
Right.
Hey,
He talks too much. Yes, he does.
Right.
What do I have down on mine? Mr. Moon talks a lot, very noisy. Monsters come to noise.
So, what's gonna happen is you roll the 3 successes. I'm going to roll sense motion with Elona, and if she rolls higher than you did, she will realize that something is up and you're trying to prove a leg. I'm just gonna find out because I didn't start it down, but there are stats in this.
only part of it's a lie.
Quickie, we've given her the card, we've given her the girl. We've explained that Bug is completely innocent. Are we still trying to stash the suit, or are we going to hand it over to her or to the
We're going to take it to the
general
where we need
purpose?
to.
So
Yeah.
we can. So Goose at some point will be able to get a tailored suit.
Incredibly.
Because we need to all be tailored. Next time that we go out there, we're all going to be dressed in suit,
Most
pinstripes,
importantly,
hats.
Goose needs
Oh,
something
yeah.
with pockets. We've got to be able to
Yes.
stash equipment on Goose.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 90 degrees to everything else.
Right.
So they're vertical.
Lucky bastard. So, I'm not sure if we want to RP this properly or not. We're kind of running a little bit out of time. So, but basically, you give her the card, you give her the girl, you try to convince her that the Brog is mainly innocent. She doesn't seem... I mean, she's an incredibly cold person. She doesn't seem super happy about the thought that Brog might be innocent. She's not
She's not convinced completely.
she's buying it. She believes what you said is the truth. She's not sure if she'll let it slide because of that. But she seems incredibly grateful that you have gotten the card back, and she wishes to know what you wish in payment
Bullets.
for this endeavor.
Bullets.
Bullets works.
Lots of bullets.
Because we can buy things with those, like access
You can buy
to
things with
more
them.
books and
They
stuff.
can shoot things with them.
You can choose. Alright, so bullets for the entire gang, including. And she looks at Gamel, and Felix looks at her chat. To see if. But she nods, and she gives you all what you were promised. Which I'm currently scrolling from a document to find, and this is the issue of having a 7 pages long thing, because there's a lot of it. So I might claim too much. I might be inclined to agree. I'm pretty sure I said 10 bullets each, if I remember correctly. This is something I should
Sounds
look
about right.
for as well.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
it is
You
now.
were counting
It
Bella
is
as
now.
part of the each. Not Bella,
It
that's
is
my
now.
dog. Goose.
Yes, and Goose will get half of that, because that's what you managed
Yep.
to convince her of. So, you each get 10 bullets each, except Raymer, who gets 15 bullets.
That's awesome.
Because
Kramer, are you going
of-
to give me the 2 bullets I gave you back?
I've got them as well, yeah.
No. That's cool.
She says she's grateful for your help. She doesn't appear to look it. But she claims that she's grateful for you having done this.
Understand you probably are going to want to do some sort of reprisal on Brog. can you wait until after he's healed up so that you don't further break his back? Because he can still be useful to the Ark.
I'll do what I can to contain it. But crimes should be punished.
Yeah.
I don't disagree about crimes being punished. I just don't want him to be completely unfunctional.
But if what you said is true, then I guess this person here is more to blame than he is. And so I will take it out of her instead.
Oh.
Is there anything else you wish, or are we done here?
I'm done for now until next time you need us. I think we've got some stuff to look into, though.
Well, you do what you wish with your later time. Have a good day.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I think we've managed to strengthen our position and weaken hers, and she can't object to it because that will make her look worse.
Yeah.
Because we were so terribly cooperative.
No, I didn't even do everything that was asked. We brought back a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bones, as the case
And you
may be.
gave her the card.
So, a quick question, since we're going to do session 0 for the Ark later. How many bullets actually fit in the clip? Magazine? Magazine.
I'm gonna look that up. I don't actually know. I don't remember. It's weapon that's also an artifact that you can also hand in for a bonus gold to the things you want, or if you want to keep it. The good thing with it, I don't actually know what it says. I don't think it's a thing you actually count. It's more a thing of it doesn't cost you to reload. Like, yeah, you don't need to reload it, and that's why it's so good. It's a weapon that you don't need to reload.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna say is that if you fail on it, like a failure using this weapon might be you're out of bullets. Like that might be one of the things that it fails. So it's not something that, like, you're still gonna need to count the bullets that you're losing by shooting it, but you don't necessarily need to count how many are in it.
See, I was more thinking of it as a safe because no one else knows necessarily what it is, and I could hide bullets in it.
I mean, fair. How many bullets does a clip take? Like 30? So I don't think you'll
Most
use them.
sidearms would be 10 or 11.
Oh, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't know guns. Can you tell them for Sweden, but not have guns.
And unless it's something as big as something like a Desert Eagle, in which case it's like 7.
Yeah, but it can't be that big.
No, it's an automatic gun, so it's a basic firearm.
I imagine it's probably closer to a 9mm
Yeah,
in terms of the size.
sure.
So
We'll say 10. We'll say 10 for the simplicity of it, if you want to use it as safe. That also means if you lose the gun, you lose 10 bullets. If you specifically have it fully loaded at all times, that means you're going to go losing 10 bullets if you lose it. But nonetheless, you leave alone now to have business. You've handed her back the card. You've completed what you've done. You are bullet richer. Some of you have bullets in your pockets and in your body, and some of you have just bullets in your pockets.
and some of us have bullets in our shoulders, or sorry, in our guts.
Once we've left Alana's room and we're heading out, Reimer wants to grab both Swan and Gemmel for a moment.
Okay.
Swan, Gemmel, before we go our separate ways. You two went in the buildings, took up whatever it is you did, and you had our backs. Thank you. 2 bullets each.
Awesome. I'm not
Ain't much I
arguing
know,
that.
but that's out of mine and Goosey's share. Thank you.
Fish just said something in Discord. If I'm reading the rules correctly, there's no way Gemmel can survive this injury. This being the case, and given that he came back to the Ark to die, well, to his den a little way outside, can I assume that Swan inherits his gear, including his share of the pay, when she finally comes to find him and discovers his body?
That's not actually. You can't survive it. It is deadly, yes, if you don't get treated for it, but he did get treatment for it. So
we can discuss this in the sessions here, I think.
Yeah, I think we need to have a chat about this and find out
Yes.
what situation Gemmel was in.
Correct. As far as I'm reading the rule, that shouldn't really be a thing, because I think actually, technically, since he has been healed and since he's at the Ark and can get continuous healing, even like the. Well, no, you only do that if you don't get healed, which you have been, and which you can consistently be as well when you're at the Ark. So it is survivable. And you only get 1 rot point. Yes, the healing is 2d6 days, which we haven't rolled, but nonetheless, and if you get healed, which you did, that goes down to half of it. So the healing is half up. The healing is 1d6 days, so like no more than a week. He'll get 1 rot point per hour if he wasn't healed, which he was. So he's not dying. Because it says every hour that passes without you getting healed gives you a rot point.
Each critical injury has a specific effect you suffer during the healing time indicated, measured in days. This indicates you suffer the effect while healing.
Yes, but it says every hour that passes with before you are healed, which you were. Which it was.
I think this might be one that we're going to have to actually dig into the rules.
Yeah.
So, between
sessions. About the phrasing, but since it says every hour that goes before you're healed, like it's a similar thing with the broken spine. It says if you aren't healed on the duration of the where you have to. If you aren't healed under the period of like healing period, the effects become permanent. So there's a way to become permanently paralyzed from the waist down if you aren't healed. But since Brock was healed by Mr. Moon, he's going to be able to walk again. But it's still going to be that. But it could be that I mean, healing specifically here refers to like having had the heal ability on you. Someone having healed you. I don't have the English book, unfortunately, so I can't check it out. But if you want, if
you want to die,
if you want to die, Fish, I'll allow it as like a dramatic out for your character. But I think that's something we can take once we start this up again.
Yeah, I think that could be.
It is the skill that it's specifically it's bolded like the skill are, so it does refer to the skill.
Right.
That's
I can understand your point, Fish, because I flicked over to that section of the PDF and I can see the confusion.
Yes, all right, yeah, because it says healing time, right? It says effects under healing, and then it says heal again. In Swedish, those are 2 different words.
Now I know something about Swedish that I didn't know before, which is that it's very confusing.
Swedish learning hour.
The Swedish glossary of the day is that the term heal, as in the skill healed, is called vårdad. And the term effects under healing is called effekt under läkning. And that's the 2 differences. Wildly different words, but that's the Swedish glossary of the day. You're welcome. Write it down, it might come up on your test later. When you find another card that says heal on it.
Once again, multilingual people, just absolutely, I am in awe.
Yeah, likewise.
They're called polyglots.
Like I still remember the songs that we had to, the English songs we had to learn during 2nd grade or like 4th grade when I started learning English. Of because in our English books there were. Like, every chapter you learn new words, and there was always a song associated to every chapter, and I still remember those songs. That goes for, like, hi, hello, how are you? And it's stuck in my head, it's the worst. Anyway, yes, it is clear in Swedish. You are healed, you're fine. If you wish to die still, we can deal with that. But, as the sun...
Sentences go!
As the sun sets on the Ark, and you all find yourself winding down after this... So some of your first expedition out into the zone, you find yourself wondering about this Eden and about the apocalyptic cult you found wandering there that used to be part of your civilization before, but that now seem to have become obsessed with this
Cult recruits.
And well, who knows what the world holds and what the zone waits for you next, and what will happen when we pick this back up again.
Okay.
As I assume we will.
I think
sincerely
that's
hope
quite
you will. I've
likely.
really enjoyed
Yep.
this.
Yep.
Excellent.
I
So
love Goose.
as we draw the curtain on the cruise ship hanging around in the zone, I hope everyone had a good time playing Mutant Year Zero and joining us on this both incredibly gruesome and incredibly funny adventure in a bit of an excellent mix of both.
Yeah. Okay. So, and hello, Gold Public. Awesome timing. Good lord. Right. So, sorry, I just got completely flummoxed. So, next week is Eclipse Phase. I believe, which is Shard doing the necessary as we wander around a virtual world.
Wondering what the heck's happening, making
Wondering
up
what the hell's happening.
excuses, deciding whether to unplug things or not, because I'm pretty sure that Fish's character is very much of the mind, if I am just a copy, I need to shut this thing down.
Yep. I think Fish's character is definitely going to be the mover and shaker, while I'm just the irritant in everybody's gears. But I have decided that Belle is definitely an unstable copy. I think Belle was obsessing over a story when the backup went through. And you know how it goes, that's ended up diverting slightly. So I don't think under normal circumstances Belle is quite this
if
bad.
Belle's the irritant in people's ears, what the hell does that make my character, who's completely been wibbled ever since he came to?
An octopus, mainly.
Well, yeah, that too, yeah.
Yeah, if Genevieve was sure she was only a copy, she'd be looking to crash the system. Go for it.
But yeah, and if I understand correctly, next week is Eclipse Phase, and once Eclipse Phase ends, Mutant Year Zero will probably step in as a campaign in the slot, depending on.
Before then, I think it's likely to be something for Chrono.
Fair enough.
Because when basically the next slot, 3 weeks' time, is going to be Fishy running Swords of Slaughterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And when Eclipse Phase finishes, I think Chrono's got something in mind which promises interesting. And then after into the next gap, Mutant Year Zero.
Yes.
Fair.
Yes. So yeah, very fair. So we're gonna take some time to. I'm gonna take some time to prep a campaign, and we'll take some time to. We take a Wednesday someday.
Yeah.
Soon. And
We don't have to do. We don't
and
have to
get
do the
ready.
arc building session on a Sunday. We can, as long as we can all sync up, we can do that
Yes.
midweek.
Yes.
Also, I am fine in terms of midweek, just trying to jump in on chat from my phone,
Okay.
depending on where I am.
There is
Yeah.
that. There is that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I will do the close down because I'm trying desperately to practice my stream ending skills rather than the wander off and just say, well, off you go. I don't know. Is Neo still playing Mutant Year Zero? If anyone has that in
I'm just checking.
the list.
Yes, he is.
He is. Right, in that case, I am going to chuck a raid over to Neo and then end the stream. And when you go over, if you would like to greet him on our behalf and say Swan says hello. And we shall see you next week. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
and
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night, folks.